Cablevision of Syracuse presents the 1988 New York State Public High School Athletic Association Wrestling Championships. From the Onondaga County War Memorial in Syracuse, New York, it's New York State Wrestling Championships. 6,000 people waiting to see who will be the best in New York State. Hello, everybody. I'm Dale Drypolcher along with John Janiak. And, John, I know you wrestled here a couple of years ago. You went on to a career at Syracuse University. What's it like being in this state championship meet?
Right, Dale, 15 years ago, there's a lot of pressure for a couple of reasons. One is to be the best in New York State. Some people have team championships on the line. And then there's others that want to go to a major college and need money. And they want to win a wrestling scholarship to that respectable school. And that's what it's all about right now.
One of the things we do have, we have three returning state champs. 98 pounds, Frank Fraunhofer. At 155, Rick Sadwick. And 132, Tony Ferrara. These guys all won last year. They're back in 1988. A little extra pressure on them?
Oh, right. There's extra pressure right now because they have to repeat and they have to look good for those scouts and their respective state championships.
Mention one other person is Lou Rosselli, who is back this year. Interestingly enough, he did not win last year, won as a sophomore. So in essence, I guess he is kind of a returning state champ. But not only do they do individual things here where kids get scholarships to college, but there's a sectional meet also involved where they keep track of who wins what. And let's take a little bit of a look at that right now. We've got Section 11 in the lead. What about Section 11, a very traditionally strong section from Long Island?
Section 11 is always tops in the state in the top three. Again, they bring a strong team with 8 finishers or finalists, and they're looking for another state championship. They're hungry. They got a great team this year.
Section 3 and Section 4 right behind them, 152 for Section 3, 150.5 for Section 4. Those three schools have not, the three areas I should say, traditionally good, but Section 3 and Section 4 have not been up there that much in the last couple of years, so it's a good showing for them. Well, one of the things I think we also want to look at is some of the people, outstanding wrestlers that go on to this tournament and go on to other things. We see them in the NCAAs every year.
Right, and every most outstanding wrestler is highly recruited from New York, as well as New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So the scouts are here. It's going to be a great tournament. We'll see who's number 1 and MVP.
All right, thanks, John. We'll be right back with a 91-pound bout after this message.
You know, it's hard work keeping in shape, but it's important to me to be the best that I can be and look the best that I can look. I don't go through all this to impress other people. I do it because I care about me. I care about my body and my health, but most importantly, I care about feeling good about myself. That's why I would never, ever take illegal drugs. You know, I've seen some people who smoke marijuana, and they seem to lose pride in their appearance. They lose their motivation to achieve. And let's face it, what goes in your body eventually shows up on the outside. The bottom line is stay away from drugs, but do it because you care about yourself.
Brought to you by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association.
And we are getting set for the 91-pound match. Scott Hughes in the maroon from Section 2, Burnt Hills. Ballston Spa, Section 2, against Bill Burrell out of Bayport, Section 11, Long Island. On the left there in the blue, with the Section 2 on, he'll be the home. He's putting on the anklet. 91 pounds. Coming into this, Hughes record 58-5. Burrell 29-5-1, and we're underway. New York State Championships, 91 pounds.
So we got Bill Burrell, he's a sophomore out of Long Island, Section 11, Bayport.
We talked about Section 11 being in the lead, and as far as the team statistics are concerned, and he is only a sophomore. You find that quite a bit with the lighter weight class. Obviously, tough to be 91 pounds and be a senior. A lot of speed right now. Takedown by Hughes. No, not yet.
It's very close. He's got to get control, bring him to the mat. What he should be
Burrell
doing is getting out to the side.
Burrell managed to get the handoff.
Nice
now
man.
He's down. Yep, picks up the 2 right there, John. 2-0 now in favor of Scott Hughes.
But the points are going to fly fast and furious. The officials are going to have to keep on their toes and keep track of all the points scored in this match.
1:22 left in the first period. 2:22 at the time. Reversal attempt by Burrell doesn't work. Stays 2-0 in favor of Hughes.
He rolled through. Now he's trying to switch. Doesn't come up with any points. Now he dips in. He's got his 1-point escape, Dale.
1 point for Burrell. Makes it 2-1. Bill Burrell out of Bayport High School on Long Island, Section 11.
We have Scott Hughes. He's a junior out of Burnt Hills, Ballston Spa, New York, Section 2.
Section 2.
They have 2 wrestlers, I believe, in the championships tonight.
Section 2 actually has 3 as we look down. We'll run those down for you later. Right now, in this 91-pound match, we'll get you up to date. It's 2-1 in favor of Burnt Hills, Scott Hughes. And he really sinks deep on Burrell.
He's in deep. He's got to finish up strong. Nice. Lifts up with the other leg. Double leg takedown. 2 points.
Out of bounds. Makes it 4-1, a 3-point lead for Hughes. 27 seconds. See the clock in the background? Riding on top. We're moving down to 15 seconds left in this first period.
Scott Hughes tying up the arm of Bill Burrell underneath, one-on-one, reaching in the crotch.
Looked like he was trying to.
He's trying to work a tilt, Dave.
Yep,
right now he's missed it.
Scooped him, saved himself, no points. And Scott Copeman, the official who is officiating this particular bout, takes him out of bounds with 1 second left. And Burrell, facing us, will get up, but not have a chance to escape as the first period ends with a 3-point lead for Scott Hughes, 4-1 over Bill Burrell.
So it's an action-packed first period, usual of a 91-pound bout. A lot of action, usually a little bit more scoring, but a lot of close calls so far.
A lot of adrenaline. They had a ceremony before this, and a lot of people here. War Memorial packed, 6,000 people to watch this. And we're starting off on first to 14
Scott Hughes
bounds.
with a switch
nice reversal.
He comes up with 2 points.
There's the reversal for Hughes. That's going to
working for a back point. He's trying to tilt the legs up.
Pads his lead now to 5, 6-1, 5-point lead.
Working an arm bar, head lever out to the side.
6. And Scott Hughes very much in control. As you say, he is a junior. 14 pins before he got to this tournament. And this tournament can take a lot out of you, but these 91-pounders do not seem tired at all, John Janiak.
No, not at all. They keep the emotion extremely fast, quick pace. I'll tell you, they're fun to watch. They really are. They're very quick. You got to watch them every minute, or the score changes.
Right. We're down to about 1:10 left in this second period. 6-1 lead, Scott Hughes over Bill Burrell.
Again, Scott Hughes was riding with the one-on-one with it. Now you see, Dale, he's got the hand in the crotch, and he's got it tied up. Nice move, but I don't know if he's going to get any points.
Lost the hand, tried to get some back points. Referee Copeman says no.
No points. Basically a freestyle move he's using.
Step over by Burrell. That gives him a reversal, 6-3 now. So he's only down by 3, down to 40 seconds in the second period.
Fights up to his base, got a good position, but he's broken down again.
Nice move by Burrell, but he's got to get some back points.
He's got a lot of time still. He's got 25 seconds left in the second period. He's only down 6-3. He doesn't need any big moves at this point.
Certainly doesn't want to get sloppy and make any mistake.
Not at
got
all.
the arm up, but looks like
running out of mat room.
Yep.
I talked to John Carty, who was here a couple years ago, outstanding wrestler, a couple times state champs. He had high hopes for Scott Hughes winning the state championship at this weight today.
Carty, an excellent wrestler. 145-pounder, I believe. Right now, he's got a wrestler from Burnt Hills, also have an outstanding wrestling club out in Burnt Hills, I believe.
Right, it's known as the Three-Style Wrestling Club. They're very high on Greco-Roman and freestyle wrestling, as well as collegiate style or high school wrestling. do a great job.
Right now, Bill Burrell from Section 11 is doing a good job on Hughes, but he is down by 3 points, and the 91-pounder from Section 11 will be down. Actually, it's in a pretty good position.
Right, that's where he wants to be, Dale. He can get his 1.2 for a takedown. You're talking tie match, and then work for his back points.
Absolutely. He could even get a 5-point move here. If it, well, see, we're going to get a caution.
Caution, I don't know if it's going to be top-bottom yet.
Burrell on the bottom.
Bill stands up, working for hand control. Got his hips out, turns in. Scott Hughes still working that one-on-one through the crotch.
Yeah, he had it. In fact, he didn't lose it, and then split the leg, and that did not let Bill Burrell do much after he got an initial chance at an escape. So he's still down by 3 with 1:41 left.
I'll tell you, if Scott Hughes was in a freestyle match, he'd be up by 20 points right now with those good tilts.
That's right.
With the crotch one-on-one, but he's got to have more control to get some back points here.
Might mention we also have 2 officials. I mentioned Scott Copeman, Al Rendy. One of the people also watching, and to make sure that everything is seen in these. Very important, obviously, to the individuals and, of course, to the teams. Section 11 now on the bottom, Section 2 on top. In this particular match, Scott Hughes in the maroon takes out Bill Burrell out of bounds, and the score stays 3-point difference, 6-3.
Good hustle by Bill Burrell to get up, but he ran out of mat. He's going to have to circle around and face his opponent quicker than he has been. It's easier said than done, but that's how he's got to get out.
Nice kick through. A little bit of an anxious moment for Scott Hughes, but now he is controlling him, going to ride, throws a half.
He's sitting in a crab position, loses the half, scoots back out. He's working the head lever now.
Under a minute.
Might point out, Dale, that there's no riding time in the high school wrestling as there is in college, so even though that Scott Hughes is riding, he doesn't get a point for it.
Absolutely, and right now, Bill Burrell is running out of time. He's got to make up 3 points quickly. He's down 6-3.
He's back up.
Yep, he is. Boy, he has not given up. The youngster from Section 11 gets one right
Get
there.
1 point. Great
There's
hustle.
one.
Good move by Bill Burrell.
Yes, it was.
I'll tell you, you have 28 seconds left. He's psyched.
A lot of time, and Hughes.
He's in for a double leg. He sinks it in. He's got 2 points. He's turning it the wrong way. If he comes up from behind, takes him to the mat, we do have a tie. 18 seconds left.
Oh,
great move by Scott Hughes. Turns it all around. Got Bill Burrell on his back. 2+ back points.
5 seconds. Amazing.
Oh, that's an amazing
What a
finish.
great match.
I tell you, Bill Burrell went for everything. He has nothing to be ashamed about. The sophomore.
Absolutely. He had
From
Scott
Long
Hughes
Island.
in trouble, but Hughes recovered and turned it around on him at the end. What a great job by both wrestlers, Scott Hughes and Bill Burrell. Scott Hughes, the winner from Section 2, Burn Hills High School. Bill Burrell, I guess you'd have to say the loser, but certainly not in our book. Great job, the Section 11 wrestler from Bayport. Super job.
I'll tell you, that's the way to open up your New York State Wrestling Championships. What a bout.
Well, we're going to move up now to the 98-pounders, and we get a look at the emotion on Bill Burrell, or I should say Scott Hughes, who defeated Bill Burrell. And now we are going to look at these 98-pounders. Fraunhofer at 98, New York State champion, returning. He was a champion last year at 91, and he'll be against Lenny Combs out of Madison, New York, Section 3. And Fraunhofer is from Section 2, so we have another Section 2 wrestler. There is, on the left is Lenny Combs. On the right, Frank Fraunhofer out of Salem Central, Salem, New York. And they start right away, 98 pounds. That is your 1987 champ returning in the maroon, Fraunhofer.
Second of the Section 2 wrestlers out of 3 that they have in the championship. Again, expecting to have a great final match.
As we look at Combs is a senior from Section 3 out of Madison, as we said. Fraunhofer, only a junior, and this could be his second state championship. Got to be impressive for Frank Fraunhofer. 115, 8-2.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a lot of wrestling through a year. And Lenny Combs has 125-10 record.
That's right.
That's a lot of wrestling for even 4 years. And you got Frank, who has 115. Boy, I'll tell you, he's going to add another 30 to that next year.
Yeah, they're talking about people having 160, 165
This is true.
better wrestlers.
What's the record? 168?
168, I believe. Yep. King from Section 5 had it for the time. We'll check on it, but right now, let's check this match just to check. No score, actually, right now, between Fraunhofer and Combs.
Now, both wrestlers still feeling each other out in the first period.
It's got to be the returning state champ. We talked about the pressure. What about when you got to come in and wrestle the kid and you say, gee, this kid won last year as a sophomore. Now he's a junior and he's the returning state champ. It got to make you feel maybe a little bit apprehensive.
Sure, it does, except if you're a senior, you have nothing to lose. I mean, obviously, if you think about it, instead of wrestling, you're going to be in trouble. Hopefully, Lenny goes out, for himself, being a senior, gives it his all, and goes for the victory. Right now, it looks like he's a little bit apprehensive, as you said. The pressure may be getting to him.
Well, he's a senior at 91 pounds, and that is unusual in and of itself.
98
excuse me, check that. Even at 98 pounds, that's unusual. I was checking where they started at 91. Fraunhofer, he may be up, of course, again next year, but he is the reigning state champ. Boy, lots of muscling, but nothing down. 6 seconds left in this first period. No points.
All right, I think Fraunhofer's got a lot of upper body throws, and Lenny Combs doesn't want anything to do with it first period. He's looking for second, third period, top and bottom to get his points and maybe some back points.
Well, they've obviously seen each other. If not before, certainly in this tournament, you get a chance to coach. Your coach gets a chance to do some looking.
I'll tell you, the networking here through the state is amazing. I mean, the state champ, the year before, you hear every match what he does if he's in your weight class. You look for it. Call up people in Long Island, hear what they're doing or wherever they're from. And
that's right.
They keep close tabs on these guys.
Right now, the Section 2 is Fraunhofer. He is from the Albany area, and Section 3, Central New York, Syracuse area. He's from Madison. Lenny Combs. No score, as we said. Combs on, well, not on top, but on behind, in control, I should say. And he's going to lose.
Fraunhofer's trying to get out of bounds, but he doesn't do it in time. He runs out.
No position change.
I'll tell you, it was a good move. He got up, took his time, hand control. He just ran out of space. He's got to do a little bit more in the middle.
A little bit more height on Lenny Combs than on Frank Fraunhofer, and that's at 98 pounds.
I think we might be able to expect a little bit of legs from Lenny Combs if
he gets
he
an
can get him down. Here's a trip here. Maybe he'll throw it in.
Especially if he can maybe get a point, and then he scooped him with that leg. He is lankier. You can see there's the leg.
Goes in.
Yep.
Fraunhofer getting up to his feet. They're called potentially dangerous up in that position. They don't want any wrestler to get hurt.
That's kind of interesting because I think it will be Combs' strategy to try to get some legs in and take away the ability of Fraunhofer to score and to move around freely. If you can tie him up, then he's wrestling your kind of match.
Exactly. Now, if he can get him flattened out, throw the legs in, stretch him out, keep him stretched. See, he keeps his base, Fraunhofer, and he gets up right away. What Lenny Combs has to do is flatten him out, get the legs in, and stretch him a little bit. Now, he's stretched in a little bit too big, but he's not in trouble yet. He may give up one, hopefully not two.
Yes, one right there. Fraunhofer gets one as Lenny Combs.
Fraunhofer is wrestling great. Lenny Combs seems to be a little bit slow still.
He just didn't make it right. Oh, he's using that extra leverage. I think he was going to try to drive through, use the old Syracuse.
Well, I haven't seen what Lenny Combs has to throw offensively yet, and maybe he'll open up in the second period. He's a little cautious at first.
48 seconds left in this second period.
Tries in with that little head roll, gets in. He's not deep enough.
Trying to keep that arm locked.
Is keeping away, hips back, holds off on the arms, the hands.
Fraunhofer really keeps those legs back against this taller man who's got a longer reach.
I think he really respects the height on this, and he knows that if Lenny Combs gets in there, he's going to be in tight. Again, another shot, single or double leg. We're not sure. He doesn't finish up.
Combs moving, but he's down to 15 seconds. Score 1-0 in favor of Frank Fraunhofer. Not a high-scoring match. We're going to get a warning. Fraunhofer. So the state champ gets a warning.
And this is a judgment call. I mean, the official felt that he was backing off, being the defensive man.
Lon Colvin is the official who made the call. Sean Brocking, the alternate. No discussion.
Yeah, we saw earlier today where the two-time defending state champion got hit with a stalling call, or just a stalling call, not a point, and
Right.
he's not in the tournament right now.
That's right. When we get up to that weight class, we'll talk about the Zakas, because that's exactly what happened. And, of course, anytime you make a call on a state champion, it's going to be controversial, I guess, when it ends up costing him the match.
But there's not too many winners when you come up with a call like that, even if it is correct, and I'm sure it was.
Right. Well, right now, Combs is on the bottom trying to get out. Fraunhofer has been warned. He also has a 1-point lead. So Fraunhofer from Section 2, Salem Central, Salem High School.
And he's got a crouch ride with a one-on-one. He's trying to work it up into a cradle, Dale. Looks good from here if he doesn't run out of mat space. He lost the hand.
Yep, he had the arm there for a while and the leg, and then couldn't finish it off. As we said, Combs a little lanky, perhaps.
Combs got
124.
to get his base underneath him. He's still sprawled out too much.
And of course, you're going to have to see who is, if there's a man on the bottom, is he going to be warned, or...
I'll tell you, Fraunhofer is really working for it. He's trying to throw
Fraunhofer
everything
seems
at him.
to me that he is working.
He's getting, look at this, Dale. He's up
Way
top.
up, way up.
He may lose the point. If not, he's going to go into a cradle, far cradle. Kind of interesting here. He's got him twisted right up, out of bounds.
Fraunhofer, very aggressive, I think.
And we do have a stalling.
Yeah, warning on now Combs.
Combs, that's a good call. He is tied up, but he still has to get up. He doesn't make the first move. He's really got to explode off the whistle, show the ref that he's wrestling and wants to win.
Both men have been warned, so the 1-0 lead will stand as Fraunhofer has got 56 seconds left away from another state championship, but he's only got 1 point of padding.
Fraunhofer scoops the leg underneath. He's going to start elevating, working for a tilt for back points. He's very close right now. Lost the leg. He's still working that one-on-one. He's very tough. Again, with the freestyle, the guys from Section 2 would be cleaning up here. Great moves.
Right now, he's got the ankle of Combs.
Good ride, keeping his weight on him.
Yep.
He's a little high, but he's not in trouble.
He's just watching that clock go on him.
That's right. He's content to win 1-0.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't make any difference. They don't care how much you win by. But now, here's something. Combs has got a chance to explode out of here. 21 seconds left. He could tie it up in a second.
With no riding time, you're talking a tie match if he gets out on the buzzer.
That's right.
That's all he needs to do is a concentrate for 21 seconds, make it a tie match, see what happens in overtime. Tries to switch. Fraunhofer has nothing to do with that.
Fraunhofer's got the arm. Got a barred on the... No, yes he does. 10 seconds.
Again, he's working at one-on-one, lifting the crotch. He's
aggressive.
He may have some back points. No, too quick.
Frank Fraunhofer, when you look at the score, it's going to be a defeat for Lenny Combs by Frank Fraunhofer by the score of 1-0. But Frank Fraunhofer really did a nice job. Really aggressive and right to the very end, John.
A lot of movement. Not many points, but what can he do? He gave it everything he had. A 1-point margin, New York State champion. Great job.
Second time in a row, 1987 and now 1988 champ at 98 pounds, Frank Fraunhofer out of Salem Central, Salem, New York, Section 2. Great job and a great match.
I tell you, that was more movement than the 91-pounders, and then 1-0.
All right, we're going to move up now, John, to 105. A couple of interesting wrestlers. 105, Doug Schaefer out of Waverly, Section 4, Binghamton area, south of Syracuse. He is a sophomore, Doug Schaefer, and Rick Polowitz from Fulton, from Section 3, is senior. And Polowitz, part of a team from Section 3 that has shown pretty well so far. And Polowitz was out of Fulton High School, Schaefer out of Waverly.
Yeah,
Schaefer only a sophomore.
This should be a great match. I mean, you have some matchups in the state where people really love to wrestle other people and win. Section 3 and 4 butt heads, they love to do it. There's always a rivalry through the year. Section 11 and 8 on Long Island.
Right.
And it goes on and on. This should be a good bout. A lot of pride on the line.
Okay, Schaefer with a 71-3-1 record, and Polowitz 95-12-1. Polowitz in the gold from Section 3. Section 4, red uniform of Doug Schaefer.
Polowitz in deep, and Schaefer just he's got some type of headlock and working to the side. No one really in control right now.
Minute and a half left.
Both are pretty lanky wrestlers now. It's
yeah, for 105 pounds, it certainly.
Looks like we have the freshman basketball team at
That's right.
one of the local high schools.
No points yet. Neither man able to get any kind of advantage. The officials, Bob Sisley and Jim Wild in this one.
Now both wrestlers should probably get out of that position and get to a fresh start, get some points. They're both tied up.
Yeah, they're gonna
Officials,
call a stalemate.
Good call by the officials. Went through about a minute of a little dance out there.
103 actually, 57 seconds left in the first period. Schaefer and Polowitz. Polowitz from 3, Schaefer from 4.
Polowitz again shooting in half-heartedly, got tied up, and we're looking at the another poor shot. He's lucky he didn't get stuck on that.
Yeah, you look at the arm.
And it's not over yet.
Schaefer had that arm in the crotch. He took advantage of it. He has got Polowitz in trouble.
I'll tell you, I don't know how this call is going to go because they didn't give 2 points. They went right to a 3, and you can see no advantage right now.
That's right. It looks like they're back almost to a neutral position. We'll see what the call is.
It would have to be a 5-1 at this point.
We shall see. They're both up.
Exactly. That's what they gave them. Oh, 2 back points. So we're talking
4-1. Yep. That was a 4-point move by Schaefer and an escape by Polowitz.
Schaefer, good defense. Polowitz a little sloppy. Again, he's going in there.
Boy, you know that the arm length on Schaefer, he's able to reach down, get into crotch, and really put leverage on Polowitz with that right arm. He did it, and he did it again, but he didn't get any points the last time. 4-1 now. Very impressed with Schaefer.
Exactly. Good wrestler, good defensive moves. Polowitz has to shoot in and follow through, or he's going to be end up on his back like he just did. Give away 4 points. Half-hearted turn into a switch attempt.
He sit out, and now Polowitz trying to move Schaefer in control with both arms, wrist control.
Polowitz trying a Peterson move, which is tying the arm. It looks good, but it can come out either way, and looks like it just did. No back points.
Schaefer,
as of yet,
no half. He's got it across the chest, but not able to throw the half. Now he switches over to the other side. Down to 1:15 left now. 1:15 left in the second period. Polowitz up by 4-1. Excuse me. Schaefer up by 4-1 over Polowitz.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job. He's just doing what he has to do. Polowitz leaving the door open a few times here. If he follows through on his moves, Dale, you're talking a close match. But right now, again, he rolls through.
Down to 48 seconds.
And Schaefer with a leg in. He's got Polowitz sprawled out somewhat. Unique position there. I don't know if there's back points, but it's close. The official is calling back points.
Yes.
That's inside out split scissors.
See right there, Polowitz in trouble, but not.
Right there.
He's going to get pinned, but he's certainly going to give up 3 points.
He definitely has exposure. It's first time I've ever seen anything like that.
It's kind of let's grab what we can.
And again, Polowitz, well, now the leg comes out, gets out of that position, back to his base. He's got to get some points going to keep it close.
7-1 it's going to go to, so a 6-point lead for Doug Schaefer as the second period comes to an end.
At this point, I think Mr. Schaefer must think he's blessed with the points he's been getting. Polowitz falling into those predicaments.
2 minutes left in this
Third and
105-pound, 105-pound match. Polowitz down by 6, Schaefer up by 6. Schaefer from Section 4, Waverly High School. Polowitz out of Fulton.
Schaefer throwing a far cradle. He's got it tied up, locked up now. Now he's going to sit through. He He's got to have some back points.
Boy, he is really...
Polowitz grabs the leg. That's the only thing that's prevented him from going over to his back at this point.
He has got Polowitz bent all over. You can see Polowitz on the bottom right there.
I'll tell you, he's hitting him with everything. He just lets go of the cradle, throws the leg in. Tying that split says as Polowitz rolls through, he's got 2 points reversal.
Reversal now for Polowitz. He's down by 4. 7-3 now, lots of time, 117. He has been getting it dished out to him. He would like to do it now to Schaefer, but more importantly, he wants to pick up some points.
Right, he's down by 4. He's got 1 minute, 4 seconds to go. He's got to be thinking 4 points for the tie, pushing it in overtime. 5 would be great. Stalemate, no wrestler taking advantage of the position they're in.
Down to 57 seconds, the 4-point lead for Doug Schaefer from Section 4, who is down on the mat right now, and that will be Rick Polowitz going to get on right there. Polowitz trying to, looked like he wanted to put a leg in.
He's in trouble now. He's in big trouble.
Reversal.
Reversal too, and he's got to be careful that he doesn't give up back points.
9-3 now. Doug Schaefer in the red, in the lead. Polowitz a little desperate now.
Right, he's got 25 seconds left. Dale, he's got a lot of room to make up here. I mean, you're talking 6 points.
20 seconds now, and Schaefer much in control.
There's not too many 6-point moves that we know about.
No, that's right. He can get 5.
12 seconds left. He's got to think of something quick here.
So a 105-pound bout is going to go to Doug Schaefer as they stop it. 4 seconds left.
Potentially dangerous.
Potentially dangerous, yep. Both men very tired.
And Polowitz thoroughly upset at this point. Unless he can come through with a pin in 4 seconds, he's going to lose. Great match.
Doug Schaefer from Section 4, Waverly, New York, Waverly High School, decisions Rick Polowitz 9-3 in a nice match. So Doug Schaefer, your 1988 New York State champ at 105. Incidentally, we'd like to thank our exclusive sponsors for the wrestling matches, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 363, who have so kindly donated their time and money to help us bring this great event to people in New York State and around New York State. So, guys, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. And we'll move on now to the 112-pound bout. Another Section 11 wrestler, Ko Matsui and Lou Rosselli from Section 6, Middleport, New York. And this should be a great match.
Right, we're going to get used to seeing the Blues from Section 11 tonight. The finalists are filled with them.
Yeah, we said it was coming in that they had 8. Section 4 had 4, Section 3 had 5. But right now, they're going to get set to square off at 112 with Section 6 and Section 11.
Now, these two guys were in 103-pound weight class last year. I believe it's 198 or 105. Anyways, Rosselli was at 2nd last year, and Matsui was 6th a year ago.
They have seen each other before, and Rosselli, of course, we talked about him at the top of the show, actually returning state champion, not from last year, but from 2 years ago when he won as a sophomore. So he didn't win it last year. He won it the year before. He's back against Ko Matsui out of Section 11, who has been very, very tough, and most of the people thought that this would be a great bout. No score yet. 1:20 left, first period. Rosselli's record, 155-80. He's a senior. Matsui, 69-6. Out of Shoreham, Wading River in Section 11, Long Island. Nice shot by Rosselli. Got the ankle.
He's got a good single leg. 2 things he can do with it: lift it up or bring it down and put some weight on it. And he's running out of mat.
Matsui gets out of bounds.
Butch
and
Riley says no control going out of bounds.
the referees in this bout, by the way, Gene Miley and Mark Stevens. Miley, the official. There's the 6 on the back of Rosselli, Royalton, Heartland School, Middleport, New York.
Matsui in with a single leg.
They're going to get a stalemate club. Let's check this, by the way. Section 11 in the lead, 207 points. Second is Section 4 with 184 and a half, and 3 is Section 3 to 173. Right now, back to the action as Rosselli, after Matsui,
Again, with a good single leg, but doesn't finish off. I'll tell you, if he does finish it off,
warning.
that's a good call by Butch Miley, the official.
Yep, so Matsui has been warned, and he did step off the mat. Both these guys, muscular, stocky guys.
Right, from the last 2 weight classes, you had a couple of 6-footers in there.
Right.
You get down to smaller, stockier guys, and the pace of the rest of them seem to have picked up.
Right now, the first period ends scoreless, tie 0-0. Ko Matsui from Section 11 and Lou Rosselli from Section 6.
We'll have Rosselli down.
Rosselli, a lot of experience, as we said. He won the States as a sophomore, second last year as a junior. He's back this year as a senior. One of the people mentioned as a possibility is the most outstanding wrestler or MVP if he wins.
Sit-out,
nice
turn
move.
in.
Yeah, sit out, turn in, gets him one.
Very basic wrestling, but
done correctly.
That's what gives you the points. Most consistency and the basic wrestling will produce your winners. Whether it be single legs, double legs, again, he shoots in on a single. Shoots in again. Nice high crotch, I'll tell you. I like his style.
Very tough. He takes Matsui down for 2 more and gives him a 3-point lead by virtue of the escape, that takedown. And Ko Matsui is down by 3 and being ridden by a very aggressive Lou Rosselli.
I'll tell you, as he came down to the mat, Rosselli put in an arm bar and kept it, thinking ahead.
He was looking, that's right.
Absolutely.
He was looking, John.
And that's what the scouts from the universities are looking for, these guys that are chain wrestlers. They not only take you down, they're looking for back points right away.
I think that's also, tied in with the aggressiveness, and Rosselli seems to fit that. He has mentioned Lock Haven or Edinburgh as a place he might like to go to school. I'm sure that it'll be a lot of schools if he wins this, a 2-time state champ and second once, that would love to have Lou Rosselli. Right now, he's got Ko Matsui to worry about. Matsui from Section 11, down by 3.
That's right. It's far from over, Dale.
Gene Miley, the official, stops it.
But you did mention 2 fine Pennsylvania state schools that are looking for him, and I'm sure, as you said, a lot of other coaches will be looking for him, especially after this match.
Ko Matsui mentioned Boston University, Syracuse University, 2 Eastern Wrestling, good Eastern Wrestling teams. Right now, Matsui's got to get away from Rosselli, who has been very, very tough in controlling Matsui. These guys look like little clones of each other.
Absolutely.
Same build.
I'll tell you, it's an action-reaction. There's no advantage for any length of time. Matsui just missing on the getting up. And when he does get up, he doesn't get the hand control just quick enough.
That's right, and right now he's got the hand control. Rosselli does. He's going to try to bar that up.
He's right in that bar. He throws the arm in. I'll tell you, these guys are quick, very quick.
Very strong, and with 21 seconds left.
And is this the second period?
Second period, right.
Plenty of time left to get 1 or 2 in this period. Move on to the third.
I have seen these matches turn around quickly right now. As far as momentum, it's been all Rosselli. Throws a leg, gets up high, breaks down
Both
Matsui.
legs in. Nice move. Arches into him, breaks Matsui down to the mat. Butch Miley making sure that there's no potentially dangerous moves here.
He's not going to get any points out of it. 5 seconds.
No, but what he is doing is wearing down Mr. Matsui. Hopefully he'll tire him out in the third period.
Second period is over. Now we're going to start the third. 3-point lead for Lou Rosselli. Looking very tough. Right now, Ko Matsui is on the bottom, and actually probably pretty good position if he's got to get some points.
That's right. He's up again. He's been up 3 or 4 times. Doesn't give the hand control, or better yet, Rosselli won't let him have the hand control. They do go out of bounds.
You know, one thing I've noticed, the fans not quite into this yet. They haven't had the real close ones yet. So Matsui, opportunity now to get some points. He's only down by 3, but he has not been able to do much offensively against Rosselli.
Again, Rosselli on top, and he's got the double legs in. He just arches into him, breaks Matsui down.
Now he's got to control. I was going to say, he's going to have to throw something pretty soon.
Yeah, the official will have to call him for stalling if he doesn't get out to the side and improve his position. He does get out to the side. Now he's back on top with the 2 legs. Arches, breaks him down.
He was taking Matsui's offense right out of this match. He's just,
right. I think top man's going to get hit.
Though,
yeah, it's what we just said, Dale. It's good technique, but he's got to, once he breaks Matsui down, Rosselli's got to get out to the side, throw in a pinning combination.
That looked like a pretty good call. He really was. He's milked that for a while, and it's, you're really eventually going to have to. But one thing I would say, Matsui has not been able to do much. Let's see what he does in the bottom.
Now he'll probably get up again. He does.
There he
stand
does.
Up.
Okay.
Kicks out, 1 point.
Now he's a takedown away from tying it up.
And now the riding that Rosselli has is not going to help him right now. And a takedown ties it up.
He leads with that right foot, that leg. You see Rosselli? Oh, he catches the ankle.
Beautiful.
What a move.
What a snatch.
Oh, boy.
Single leg brings him down.
Give him 2 points. It was potentially
Absolutely.
dangerous.
Great move. I'll tell you, that was a little cat and mouse game.
They're going to give him 2. It's going to be 5-1 now. I thought they might time out. It looked like Matsui hit his head, but he said he's all right. But he got the takedown, immediately called potentially dangerous, but gave him the 2 points.
Right. Matsui's leg was twisted up behind him. Referee did not want any injury. 2 points, good call. He's back up on his feet, runs out of a little bit of the real estate here.
49 seconds. Rosselli looks like he is going to keep that intensity. Matsui, we have not seen much offensively. The one escape.
I'll tell you, it's been almost so. Everything he's thrown at
Rosselli
has been countered. That's what makes a good final match.
Leg in this 112-pound match. But
switch here.
Step over.
He couldn't free his arm, Dale. Got locked up. Couldn't get any points.
Great basics by Rosselli. Just able to counter everything and keep Matsui right out of it.
That's right. He's done everything just as he was supposed to, as it was written in the script before the match, except for the one escape by Matsui at this point.
A little high. Well, he breaks him down again. He's very good with his legs. Has managed to use those. Did get warned.
Again, okay, now he's doing something he didn't do before. He's tying up the head, and he's getting out to the side a little bit.
Right, moving.
And he may have some back points here. Sure looks
Yes,
it.
he does.
Matsui trying to roll through. Wasn't successful.
So Lou Rosselli, your 1988 champion, a repeater from 1986, second last year. So Lou Rosselli out of Royalton Heartland School, Middleport, New York, Section 6, just does a nice job on Ko Matsui, a senior out of Section 11. So Rosselli, nice job, John. I was impressed.
Good match. He countered well, threw some nice offensive moves. Good bout.
Yeah, we're going to move up to 119 pounds now. We've got from Section 3, South Jefferson High, Paul Creighton and Lance Banfi out of Sachem High School, Section 11 again. We're going to see a lot of those Section 11 guys out of Long Island. And we're talking about Banfi. The thing that people are talking about him is he's the guy that beat Bazakis that we mentioned before, who has had the possibility of being a 5-time state champ, was a sophomore this year, was going for his 3rd title, was defeated by Banfi on a controversial call in overtime. But Banfi's there, and he is going to go against Paul Creighton. And a lot of people said if Banfi wins it all, obviously he would be a great candidate. So there's 5 or 6 guys that could do it.
That's right. He's got to think about this bout now, not beating Troy.
That's right. Bazakis is all over.
That's right. And well, I understand the official did a great job. It was unfortunate, bad timing, but I'm sure he'll be back next year and the year after. He's still got 2 more chances for a state title.
So right now, Paul Creighton out of South Jefferson High School in Section 3 is up against who would have to be the favorite, Lance Banfi, who beat Bazakis, and the Section 11 wrestler, a senior, and both are seniors. Banfield, a tall, lanky kid at 119 pounds. No score yet. Dale Dry-Fulcher along with John Janiak, who was a runner-up in this state tournament a number of years ago. Later went on to play second in the NCAAs from Syracuse University and local wrestling personality. And John, would you say that it's changed much in 15 years, the kind of the tournament or the quality, or what would you notice as far as change?
I'll tell you, Reed Hawk and the New York State Wrestling Association have done a super job. They did a super job back in '73 when I was wrestling. The quality of wrestling, I think, has improved. There's more moves, there's fancier moves. The kids are just, they seem quicker, they seem stronger. Things have changed a little bit.
Of course, the older you get, the more it seems, right?
Well, that could be too.
All right, now Creighton takes two for Banfi, puts him down, picks up two. So Paul Creighton, who I suppose psychologically should be saying, boy, I'm just lucky to be here, is being aggressive and going out against Lance Banfi from Sachem.
That's right. Banfi may have shot everything he had in the earlier matches. He may have been not looking ahead to this match.
Right now, they had a leg in, lost it.
Great roll through.
Section 11, with the amount of people they have in these finals, will, of course, I think, win it. But it's obvious. It's a foregone conclusion. But it'll be interesting to see who comes in second, as Section 4 and Section 3 are very close.
Banfi does get the 1 point here. It's 2-1.
Creighton now in trouble. Banfi, with no whistle, no change.
So using a little bit of elevator on the upper body and ran out of time. Earlier we were talking a takedown to his back.
Yes,
Creighton's got to be very careful.
Creighton, very fortunate, the senior from South Jefferson, 38-1 record this year before this tournament. Over 100 wins, 124, 13-1. .152 left in this second period, just started, underway. Score 2-1 in favor of Paul Creighton. Creighton from three shoots.
Not quite sure what's going on.
So he grabbed his shirt, I believe.
Okay, Banfi called for pulling the jersey.
So it cost him a point. It's 2-2. So I believe he called on Creighton, must be, yes. So Creighton gives up a point. Yep. Two apiece now as they circle.
And Banfi tying up the arms. I'm not quite sure what he has in his bag of tricks, but he's tying up. He scoots down for a single, misses it.
He's got long legs, and boy, he really, he's got a wide base too.
Paul Creighton just missed an opportunity for a double-A takedown.
That's right.
If he turned around kind of nonchalantly, he could have been taken down.
See the long legs on Banfi from Section 11.
He's got an underhook, overhook, both men, same position.
Oh, a little bit of a dangerous move, although Creighton knew where the out of bounds was.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it was a little bit of a hip throw, but very slow in
developing. It took a while to develop.
And he's lucky that they were out of bounds.
Well, it's hard. It's really disastrous when you freeze halfway through it, and you're the one that's in trouble when you. Right now, he's going to fight off Banfi.
Banfi's got an arm across Creighton's back. Got a feel that he's going to have to scoot down to that side, grab a single leg, either with his foot or his arm. Very weak attempt to that side.
Both men kind of wrestling on the side there from a takedown standpoint. Creighton shoots, nothing. Banfi sprawls, backs out. 25 seconds left, second period. Score 2-2. Creighton and Banfi. Creighton, Section 3.
Banfi with an underhook. No, man, either guy doesn't really want to get involved with this match. I mean, they don't want to take that little extra to get the point. They want
risky. Take that big risk.
Exactly. They want to fall into a 2-point or 3-point move. They're running out of time.
That's always been, I think, not necessarily a criticism, but people say, gee, some of those matches were not that good. Everybody is so cautious as we're going to come down to the end of this period with no additional points. And I think think people are cautious, John.
Sure.
I think they don't want to make that one mistake that's going to give them 5 points that they can't make up.
In some matches, you're exactly right. And, after the state championship, people don't say, well, you lost by 3 or 4, you lost by 1. They know who won, so nobody wants to give it away.
All right, 2 minutes left. We get a start. The official, Steve Delberth. And Creighton on top of Lance Banffy. They're both in a position to win, both having 2 points.
Creighton needs some back points. Banffy, all he needs is one. One wins the match. We have a stalling call by the main official. He's looking for confirmation.
No confirmation. Banffy coming around from the back, but
I think we're going to get 1 point here.
Somebody's going to get a point here.
It's very close. Here, there, the official is just signaling who's on top.
Banffy gets 1, 3-2.
Down to minute 12 seconds. Again,
there's that move we talked about. The mistake. And Creighton has lost 2 more points.
Good move.
Up.
No. Bad call by the official. It should have been 1 point.
It's going to stay 5-2.
Unless I didn't see the speed, Dale, if Creighton was out of bounds, then it's a good call by the official. I was just looking for the move itself.
Right. We won't see it again. It was far out from where we can see it, so we'll have to go with the official interpretation. Creighton now up quickly, gets 1.
Nice stand up, turns in.
Down
Beautiful.
by 2, 5-3 now. Creighton's got a
Banffy's
nice
pick.
Nice pick.
No
Head
points
control.
yet.
No points, though. Now there's going to be
No points.
Boy, give Creighton credit if he gets out of this one. Whoa, boy, 40 seconds left. Great match, 119 pounds. Creighton and
Close,
Banffy.
out of bounds.
Both up.
Close, very close.
Boy, Creighton did a great job. Looked like he was in deep trouble, and he got out of it. Still has a chance he can tie it up with a takedown. 34 seconds left.
Snap down by Creighton. He's trying everything. Side to side, little shrug.
Banffy is going to keep that lankiness
Absolutely.
out.
He's
Keep
going
his
to tie
legs
him up.
back.
He's got that knee down. He's going to
get
make
down to the
Creighton
knee.
really work. We got a double stalling call.
$15 seconds. Creighton down by 2.
Again, Banffy's willing to let the match stop right here. Nice little Syracuse turn in. He may come up with 2 if he comes down to the match.
2 seconds left. They're both up. No takedown. 2 seconds left.
Paul Creighton would love to have another foot on the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah. So Lance Banffy, who defeated Lazakis to get here, beats Paul Creighton. But Creighton from South Jefferson did a nice job representing Section 3. Both guys, an exciting match, 119-pound bout. So Paul Creighton loses to Lance Banffy.
There's an awful lot of competition out there, so getting people to notice you can be tough. But if you think using smokeless tobacco is the way to do it, you better think twice, because smokeless tobacco can give you cancer. Cancer of the tongue, the gums, the mouth. You could end up facing life without a cheek or a jaw. And just imagine how tough that would be.
Proper care and feeding of a teenager. Number 1 rule, don't let them drink alcohol. Rule number 2, never let them get into a car with a driver who has been drinking. Rule number 3, never, ever, under any circumstances, allow him to take illegal drugs. To grow up a happy, healthy teenager is important. If you love them, you'll take good care of them.
Brought to you by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association.
All right, we're back. 126-pound Marcel Cooper from Section 1 out of Nyack High School, Nyack, New York, against Jack Sparacio. Sparacio out of Section 11, North Babylon High School, North Babylon, Long Island. He's a senior. Marcel Cooper, a senior. Cooper shorter of the two, I should say, as they start first period.
Yeah, Jack Sparacio beat Jeff Lewis, who was second at 119 pounds last year in the semifinals, about 6-5. They move into the finals against Marcel Cooper, who won by 1 point in the semifinals as well.
Sparacio very tall and lanky, John, as compared to Marcel Cooper.
Right, it's definitely different strategies out here. Marcel's got these short, explosive moves, and I'll tell you, that is one tall
126-pound kid.
Both men tying each other up under an overhooks, nothing that's going to score a lot of points.
Officials for 126 pounds, Mark Steven and Al Rapp. No score yet. 126 pounds, New York State Championships. Jack Sparacio, North Babylon High School on Long Island from Section 11, one of those Section 11 schools.
Sparacio tying the upper body, trying some leg trips here. Marcel, nice single leg out of bounds.
Incidentally, Marcel is Section 1's only representative in the finals. Nyack, New York. Incidentally, interestingly enough, Section 8 doesn't have one person in the finals.
And they were state champs last year, correct?
Right. Right now, Cooper almost get...
He's in trouble.
Yeah, he is. That height difference and the trip by
I'll tell you, he worked that to perfection. Dale lifted it up, got Marcel Cooper up on the ball of his foot, and then tripped right to the mat for 2 points.
Sparacio picks up the 2-0 now.
Really used his leverage to his advantage. Looks like a boxing match. We have Marcel Cooper bleeding from the right eye. Little headbutt here.
I think we'll see some legs.
Chances are probably 9-1
right.
that a leg will fly in off the whistle. Let's
go
with the 1 point. Nice move by Marcel Cooper. Didn't sit around to find out.
That's right. He wasn't going to wait to see whether...
I'll tell you, that might be where the scouting comes into effect here. He knows that he's in trouble if he sits around.
You know, you could be right, John. I think it does say, we scout him. What he likes to do is he likes to relax, and then he'll throw the leg, if you don't do something quickly. And Cooper beat him to the punch.
Great move. It's 1 point. I believe the score is 2-1. I don't see the score out yet.
Should
be 2-1.
2-1, 1 point lead. The score doesn't have it up yet, but you'll have to believe us. There it is over on the side.
I think he's caught up in the match. That's okay.
Marcel Cooper on top.
Reaches down, grabs the far ankle.
He's got a lot of body to control, and he gives it right up.
But he didn't feel comfortable coming up locked up with Jack Sparacio. He thought maybe a move might take him to his back, so he let go.
Well, that kind of height difference, I think he was smart.
Well,
Sparacio is at least 6 inches taller.
Exactly. Standing up, Marcel Cooper's looking into his Section 11 on
right.
the jersey. Or singlet.
3-1 now the score. Sparacio.
Nice misdirection move by Jack Sparacio. He moved him one side, came back with a snatch on a single leg, but didn't follow through. Marcel Cooper with a quick arm drag that didn't materialize any points.
Sparacio did have him going one way, then came back the other. It didn't work.
Good move, but Marcel Cooper's pretty quick. Remember, he's lower to the ground. He's got a good base.
And he is fast. I'm very impressed with how he
Great
got
off
out.
the bottom.
Yep.
And Section 11 has got to come up with some moves and a little bit quicker if he's going to get some points here.
I said 6 inches. It might be more like 7 or 8
I'll tell you,
inches.
he's tall. He definitely is tall.
126
Nice
pound
cross
ankle
ankle
pick, Cooper.
pick by Cooper.
Yes, he gets 2 right in front of
Two, and
us.
he's out of bounds.
Marcel Cooper, nice job.
I'll tell you,
3
that's
apiece.
picture perfect. I mean, he's in, they're huddled up. Jack Sprasio's ankle can't be more than a foot from his head when they're tied up like that. Boom, he took advantage of it. 2
You know, it
points.
really shouldn't be, as I look at Marcel Cooper's record, he's got 119 wins and 8 losses, so this is not his first time downtown either. I'm sure he's wrestled people taller than him, and he is now trying to keep Mr. Sparaccio on the ground. Switch by Sparaccio,
Nice
standing
switch.
switch, lots of leverage. Give him 2.
Exactly. It looked like Marcel Cooper could fight it off, but I'll tell you, that leverage came in. Boom, 2 points.
5-3 now, Sparaccio. And now
Cooper,
escape attempt
close,
by
very close. He does have the
Cooper,
point.
yes. 5-4, good match.
Cooper's got a body lock, steps in for a trip.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
I'll tell you, he gave up too soon on that.
Oh, nice move. Nice move.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's got 2, and he may have some back
2,
points.
yes, right at the buzzer. Cooper, you see how he puts that leg in and knocked his base out, fouled up with the body. Nice
Excellent,
job.
excellent. He's not afraid to get in there. First period, he was a little bit afraid of that height. Right now, he's taking it to him.
6-5, as a matter of fact. Marcel Cooper is now up by 1.
And he's in the down position going into the third period.
Against a leg man, maybe, who
Well,
is going to have to be careful.
Soon to be seen. We're not
That's
sure
right.
yet. Cooper got out.
Let's see if he can get out again. Nice move.
I'll tell you, almost again.
Sparaccio trying to get him in, and
He's got
what's
the
going to
leg.
happen.
Here comes the leg in from the far side. It doesn't look like he got it, though. Cooper blocking off perfectly.
Absolutely.
Ran out of mat. I'll
He
tell
did
you.
block off very well there, did not let him get the leg in.
Exactly. Well coached kid.
You can hear even the fans from Nyack saying, watch the legs, because they know
Oh,
what
exactly.
the strategy
Another
is.
stand-up. Great
Oh,
move.
nice job.
I'll tell you, quick off the whistle. That's how the bottom should be played.
Oh, nice move by
Ran out of
Sparaccio.
real estate.
Nope.
No points. Good call by the official. No control.
7-5 lead for Marcel Cooper.
Still a lot of time for Jack Sparaccio to turn it around.
I like the way that Cooper has been wrestling this, but Sparaccio obviously has an advantage in height, but it has not bothered Marcel Cooper.
Exactly. Cooper's done a super job. I mean, I don't know. I thought he was intimidated first period, but he's come out like gangbuster in the last 2 periods.
A little problem. Oh, boy, good move there. I thought that Sparaccio was going to get something, but Cooper moved at the last minute,
Absolutely.
able to get away.
Both guys look like they're a little tired now, Dale. A lot of
It's
movement.
been a long tournament, John. You know?
Exactly. A lot of mental anxiety here, getting to the finals. They're just glad to be here. But I'll tell you, the match could go either way right now, and both men got to look like they're undertold.
2-point lead for Cooper. He's shooting. There's the leg of Sparaccio trying to put the leg and trip him.
Sparacio's trying to trip, and Cooper's trying to
There
set
he
in.
tripped him, and now nothing.
I'll tell you,
Boy, this
nice.
is great.
Nice
Counter.
move. He says, trip me, will you? I'm going to trip you, and almost got some points.
That's right, and they're both. Oh, they're going to warn Cooper.
And I'll tell you, the fans don't agree with it, and I'm not quite sure I do. They're both men are throwing everything they got.
Well, there's 30 seconds left, so Cooper should be able to get out of this without a stalling call, but he's got a 2-point lead. He's got to be aggressive.
He's in a good
He could give
position.
up one.
He's sitting down low. Look at that hip
Oh, he's
position,
good.
Dale.
Yes.
I'll tell you, he's just playing that perfect. He's not going to get in trouble here. Out of bounds.
And once more, 16 seconds went off the clock, John.
That's right. He's got 14 seconds left.
He looks very cool, very calm.
Still plenty of time, but he's keeping his base down.
He doesn't want to give up the big one. He'll
That's
give up
right.
the takedown. It would be tied.
He'll give away the stalling, too. He doesn't mind losing 1 point.
Marcel Cooper may do it.
And he does.
Yes, he does.
Great bout. I'll tell you.
126-pound champ Marcel Cooper out of Nyack, Section 1. He defeats Jack Sparasio.
Section 1.
Interesting bout.
Exactly. They had one guy in the final from Section 1, and that was enough for a champion.
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsor, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Local 363, our sole sponsor, who have done such a great job and so generously donated their time and money to help us bring this New York State Wrestling Championship to the people of New York State. We thank you. All right. So we've had some great matches. We're going to move up to another one where we've got a returning state champ, Tony Ferrara, 132 pounds, out of Section 4 Sydney High School. He'll be going up against Chris Lopresti out of Spencerport in Section 5. Spencerport in the purple, that's Lopresti. Ferrara, as we said, a champ last year, the returning champ, same weight, 132 pounds, John.
I'll tell you, he's going to want to end this tournament exactly like last year. And it's tough. There's a lot of pressure out there to be returning state champ.
This is 132 pounds. Both men are seniors. And this looks going to be one of those quick, lots of action bouts. The purple is Lopresti from Section 5.
Well, it's starting out that way. Both guys, usually if they tie up right away, they're going to be feeling each other out. These guys are hemming and hawing. Now they're tied up.
We said last year, Ferrara won the New York State Championships. Back to defend at the same weight, 132 pounds. He is in the red from Section 4 Sydney. And Lopresti in tight, body to body. Who's going to get it? Whizzer by Ferrara.
No points yet. No control.
Lots of action.
Both guys stepping in.
I know, stepping over.
It looks like a dance step from Arthur Murray's studio. I'll tell you.
Lopresti on top there in the purple, trying to drive Ferrara to the mat, but there's no points. He doesn't have control.
No, he steps in
behind with the
trying
leg.
To trip a little bit. No control. Boy, it looked like he could have scored a whole bunch of points from that position.
The team standings after 132.
Got a stalemate by the official. Both men to start up again in standing position.
Back to work with 30 seconds left. No points.
Presti again in. No points.
Not for lack of action. They have gone at each other, but no points scored. Section 11 holding on to a large team lead as expected. Section 4 in second. Section 3 are right behind them, then Section 4 and Section 5. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Section 11, Section 4, Section 3, Section 2, and Section 6. We've got people out here from Section 4 and Section 5 in this particular bout. 5 in the Rochester area, 4 Southern Tier, 3 Central New York, 1 along the Hudson, the Nyack area, Section 7 up around Peru, 6 out in the western part of the state, and 8 and 11 on Long Island, including also the New York City and Public Athletic League down there. So we've got everybody here. No score, 132 pounds. Ferrara from Sydney, Lopresti from Spencerport, Section 5 and Section 4. And Lopresti's going to be down.
Well, we'll see. They test each other standing on their feet, and usually this breaks the ice right here, whether it be back points or escape from the bottom position.
Lopresti moves, but it doesn't get anything. Ferrara rides him.
Not as quick as our last bout from the bottom.
That's right.
Ferrara riding with a tight waist, gets out the side, keeping his weight up on Lopresti like he's supposed to. Nice movement. Lopresti doesn't, oh my goodness, he came down to his back, gave up some back points.
That's tough.
I was just going to say, Dale, he doesn't get the hand control to be able to get out from that position, and before I could say it, he was down on his back, getting 2 points scored on him.
You can see why Ferrara is the New York State champ. He takes advantage when he has to. He picked up those back points easily.
Now, Lepresti's going to have to stay on his toes. He's going to have to keep into this match and not give up 1 second.
He's also working very hard. He's, I think, with third period rolls around, he's going to be tired.
Another
because
back
he's
point.
in trouble. Yeah.
Ferrara with a great 2-on-1. He's using that elevator real nice.
Stepped right over, right across the body with the leg. He's got the hand locked up.
I'll tell you, I don't know how he's going to come out of that. I thought he was going to sit up on his chest and go for a pin.
Ferrara gets 3 more. 5-0 now. Ferrara,
he's still hanging on to that 2-on-1.
Boy, he hasn't let go of it. Look at how strong, how much he tilts Lepresti, and then back up again.
He's got 2 more points. Now he throws in the leg. Lepresti catches the leg. He gets up. He may get 1. He's going to have to get his hips cleared a little bit more. Going out of bounds, he won't get any points.
Well, I tell you, Ferrara
great action.
Really has got some moves, doesn't he?
Tony Ferrara, and he's very basic with that 2-on-1 tilt, and I haven't seen anybody, college or high school, that's used it better this year.
Boy, he had that 2-on-1 and then kicked that leg over and elevated him with it and put him on his back.
That was perfect.
So Ferrara, very impressive here with a 7-point lead with coming up to 10 seconds left in the second period over Chris Lepresti out of Spencerport High School in Section 5.
Lepresti down, and Ferrara's got a 1-on-1. He steps through with a leg, steps over the head, looks like he's going to throw a cradle with his legs, and time runs out.
John, if you're Chris Lepresti, you got to say, whoa, I'm in a little bit of trouble here going into third period because I haven't been able to do much against this guy at all.
Well, exactly, but 2 minutes is a long time. And he's just got to start with some back points. He's got to break, get into the point column first.
That's right.
Worry about winning later, but score some points right away.
I thought if he could get an escape there when he went out of bounds, it might have given him a little psychological edge, but he didn't get it, and right now he is still down by 7.
He chose up position and standing behind, and
he's given up 1 more. It's now 8-0.
It sure looks like he's gonna.
Yep.
He does give up the point. Now he's got to come back a whole bunch more. He's got a front headlock. Got a stalemate called by the ref again. Well, it's been extremely one-sided with that tilt move by Ferrara.
This is 132 pounds.
Lepresti in on a single leg, doesn't follow through. Ferrara's got a hand in the crotch which stopped him. And I think we're going to have another stalemate before too long. The official calling out time.
Yep, that's going to do it. We got 1:15 left in this match. 132-pound state championship on the line. Tony Ferrara with an 8-point lead over Chris Lepresti. Ferrara has been very impressive.
Drops down to the single.
Out of bounds.
Nice move. He didn't finish off nice, Dale. The hand that was around the leg, upper thigh, came up around the back. As soon as you do that, you lose your advantage point. They went out of bounds, no score. He's got to stay down on that leg if he wants to score more points. Not that he needs to.
Right. Under 1 minute now. Lepresti.
There he's got that arm up behind the back again.
And Tony Ferrara, the defending state champ at 132, back at the same weight, appears to be headed toward a second straight state championship as he throws Lepresti down.
Tell you, it sounded worse than it was.
Yeah.
It was a nice defensive move, but no points. Now he steps in with a leg. 40 seconds left. Lepresti doesn't want to give up. He's trying. He's throwing everything at him.
30 seconds. Down to 30 seconds.
Nice high crotch. Doesn't finish off. If he finished off his moves, it'd be a much closer match.
Ferrara having no problem with 24 seconds left against Chris Lepresti. 20 seconds. Hear the PA in the back as they let the people at this
down to 15.
War Memorial know that there are now 15 seconds left, and Chris Lepresti is not going to score, it appears. No, he is not, and that's going to be 8-0. A very impressive win for Tony Ferrara. The second time now he has won the New York State Championship, 87 and 88 at the same weight class. So Tony Ferrara decisions Chris Lepresti and retains a second straight New York State Championship at 132 pounds. We'll be right back with action at 138 pounds.
Jane makes her parents very proud. She's on the honor roll and plans to go to college. Starred in her class's last play. She plays clarinet in the school orchestra. Yes, Jane knows about drugs. In a way, she's lucky. She knows better. Some people don't realize that marijuana and driving don't mix. But Jane's brother reminds her every day that some trips last forever.
Brought to you by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association.
There is no magic pill to keep you from getting cancer. But there is something you can take every day that might help. The right foods. Foods with less fat and more fiber. And if you eat plenty of green and yellow vegetables, fresh fruits and whole grains, and cut down on alcohol too, you may actually reduce your risk of getting several forms of cancer. Now that's not so hard to swallow, is it?
Back to the War Memorial, where we're going to get set for the 138-pound division. Right now, it seems that Section 11 is currently running away with the championships in terms of team. There's 210 points. Section 4 in second, 189. Section 3, 173. 2 and 6 following, but Section 11 out of Long Island really far and away the class of the competition so far this year. And as we said, they had 8 wrestlers in this final, so it really did make a big difference. So Section 11 looks like they're well on the way to winning, and we're going to move on to 138 now. From Section 11, that very section we're talking about, Jamie St. John out of Port Jefferson High School. He's a junior, and he'll against Johan Duque out of Valley Central High School in Section 9. And Duque is in the royal blue on the right, and St. John on the left in the darker blue. 138 pounds. Both guys look like they are ready to go. Duque is a senior. 87, 30, and 2 is his record, and St. John 78, 0, and 1. He's only a junior, so St. John from Section 11 is the younger of the two.
Dale, this weight class is very dear to me. I wrestled in 138 pounds 15 years ago. As a matter of fact, it wasn't here. It was at the Utica War Memorial. They had the ABC Bowling Championships here, so we were moved down the thruway.
They have had,
nice
this is
single
kind of,
leg.
yeah, just going to say, as they go out of bounds, no call. Well, good call, I guess what I'm saying. No points. So Duque gets nothing, nor does St. John. But yes, the War Memorial has been the site of this tournament. It seems like forever. That one time you mentioned it was down in Utica when you wrestled. This is a highly contested weight class. Generally, I think the talent is always good at this weight class. Not that it is in other classes, but this one seems to be a really tough class.
Year in and year out, it always seems to be one of the people that are in contention for the most valuable wrestler. I don't know why that is, but it always seems to be.
Right now, there are no points. Duque and St. John. Duque in the royal blue to the left there on the screen. On the right, Jamie St. John out of Port Jefferson. Duque out of Valley Central, Section 9.
Jamie St. John was 6th last year at 132 pounds, trying to improve his state ranking this year. He's one of the better wrestlers on the Section 11 team this year. One of the coaches I talked to earlier.
Down to 15 seconds. Duque about to get taken down? Not yet, no, as St. John now picks up the 2, so St. John, the 6th place finisher last year, is now out to a 2-0 lead as the first period comes to an end. Give it to Jamie St. John as the whistle signifies the end, and we'll see who's down and who's up. bottom will be Jamie St. John. Three 2-minute periods. 2 officials.
Whistle blows. Jamie going for the stand-up, hand control, breakaway. He's got to get the hips out free. Create a gap to turn in. Instead, he turns to a switch, standing switch. Should have his 1 point, but he's looking for 2.
Nothing yet.
Nice move, but he still gets the 1 point, Dale.
Yep. That was, you're right, St. John very aggressive. Duquet got out of it with just giving up the 1. 3-0 lead now for St. John. Section 11 piling up the points as they continue to put wrestlers in the finals and win with the wrestlers in the finals. Duquet is going to get warned for stalling.
Good call by the
Didn't
official.
seem to surprise him.
No, not at all. Just a matter of fact kind of call. He really hasn't been opened up in the match yet, and it's we're halfway through right now, down to 1 minute left in the second period.
We have had no overtimes, no need for overtime. Had a couple of close calls, but
we had a real close match in the 98-pounder.
Right.
It was 1-0.
Right now it is 3-0 Jamie St. John in what has been kind of it hasn't gotten the crowd into it, let's put it that way.
No, it's not a lot of fancy moves. Jamie St. John has 3 points, nothing fancy, as I said, and he's going to get another point.
Yeah, they're going to call Duquet for stalling, so that's going to be 4 points now for St. John.
And the official could have very easily called both men for stalling at that point. The last 50 seconds, no one's really done anything. A lot of half shots.
As we talked, John, you and I talked about perhaps the philosophy being I don't want to make the big mistake, so you get a lot of caution that we're going to get a stoppage of match.
We've got a technical violation, 1 point for red.
Pulling the hair, I believe.
Actually, Jamie St. John is saying he got his hand caught in there and he wasn't pulling it. But the ref is not buying it.
No.
Whether it's true or not, it's 1 point.
4-1.
And he shoots in on the buzzer. He misses. No point for Johan Duquet.
Duquet down in position and in score as we enter the last period. He's down by 3, 4-1.
No move off the bottom. I figured he'd come off the bottom pretty quick, and he got himself in trouble by being so slow. A little snapback for 2 quick points.
Snapped him right down, picked up 2, gives up 1.
And he'll do that every time, I imagine. He'll give up 1 point for 2.
6-2 now. Jamie St. John, Section 11, Port Jefferson against Johan Duquet, and Duquet is down by 4 at this point.
Okay,
minute
working
and a half
ahead
left.
a little bit, trying to get a snap and go, or maybe a cross ankle pick. We haven't seen either man really shoot in and aggressively go for the takedown.
Heard somebody else, somebody shoot.
It's part of wrestling.
Right. This time it's going to be St. John's going to pick up 1. A warning, that is, I should say, for stalling. He picked up a warning, so now...
Both men.
Yeah, Duquet's given up a point. He's given up a warning. So now they got a minute left to see who's going to square this match away.
1 minute.
Again, both men working on the head. Duquet's got a arm bar out front. Runs out of real estate. Could have had 2 points if the mat was only 2 feet longer.
They're going to have an injury time here as they're going to check Jamie St. John.
He's holding his leg down. I'm not sure if he bumped it.
They will check it out. Coaches and trainers run to, I don't think it was the knee. I think it may be a cramp. He doesn't appear to be in a lot of pain.
Right.
Cramps, it would seem to be common at this point after having to maintain weight all year and, maintain it through this tournament and then try to go all the matches you have to go and still, win that state championship.
That's right. These wrestlers are wrestling 3 and 4 bouts going to the New York State Championship. It's a big toll in 2 days, and the competition. It's so stiff. It's not just a mediocre invitational tournament in your backyard.
That's right.
These guys are the best in the state. Jamie St. John in on a single leg, scoops it up. Duque trying to hook it, loses it.
Takedown, 8-2. St. John in control as the clock down to 30.
St. John probably using a 2-on-1. I can't see it from this camera angle, but he'll probably elevate out to the side. Lets go of it, goes up to Nelson, loses that.
Duque shrugs him off out of bounds, but he's going to get one.
1 point escape.
So it's 8-3. He's a 5-point move away from tying it up, and I'm sure that's what Jamie St. John is figuring. St. John has been warned for stalling.
And he'll probably give up a point here before the match is out.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's the way it's going to end. 8-3. Jamie St. John out of Port Jefferson, Section 11, is going to, by 5 points, decision Johan Duque out of Valley Central in Section 9. So Section 11 gets another win, and Jamie St. John, your new state champion at 138 pounds.
All right, a little more icing on the cake for Section 11.
They are moving up to 145-pound weight class. Section 4 and Section 3. Section 4, Tom Kingston out of Waverly. And out of Watertown, New York, is Seamus Lyman, sophomore. So we've got a sophomore, Lyman's a sophomore, and Kingston a junior. And both of these guys are veterans. Actually, Kingston was first in the sectionals 88, but he was also in his intersectionals in 87 and 88. So although not state seasoned, these guys definitely have wrestled it in the sections up to this point. And you've got a sophomore, Seamus Lyman, and Kingston, a junior. Lyman from Section 3, Kingston from Section 4.
Yeah, Dale, even as a sophomore, Lyman has wrestled 100 matches so far.
I was just checking that.
It's just amazing. You talk about seasoned. After one season, a freshman or an 8th grader is a veteran.
Right.
With all the exposure they get to the different wrestlers in the state tournaments, sectionals, summer tournaments.
Section 3 had 5 wrestlers, or has 5 wrestlers in these finals. Section 4 has 4. Right now, there's no score. Lyman and Kingston. Lyman, Section 3 in the gold. Shoots on Kingston. Nothing going.
No, he kept his head down. He didn't back out. Didn't cost him this time, but he's going to have to back out a little bit more cautiously. You see so many wrestlers shoot in and pause a second, and boom, the other man scoots around, spins and turns, gets 2 points.
No points. We're heading down to 30 seconds left in the first period. 30 seconds right now in this first period. No score. Waverly's Tom Kingston, Watertown, Seamus Lyman. Once again, they seem to be quite cautious. The standings, Section 11 at this point has 214 points. Section 4 with 189. Section 3, 173 in third place. So it's 11, 4, and 3, the sections at this point leading the state tournament. And surprisingly, as we said, Section 8 does not have a person in the finals and will not be a factor this year. They're going to flip. Seamus Lyman, I think, is going to take bottom.
He does make the decision, and it will be bottom. But Kingston is telling the ref he's bleeding from the mouth, or
his ear, I think, is.
Oh, the ear. Okay.
I don't know what they're.
Well, that side of the headgear is all red. I guess he's bleeding.
he said, whatever it is, let's pick up the pace here. They like to keep these things going. So it will be Kingston down, Lyman on top. No score. Let's see what kind of moves we get.
Off the bottom.
Switch, step over. Whoa, nice move by Kingston. No points.
He'll probably
Whistle.
get 1 point.
Yes.
Good call by the official.
Gave him an escape.
Tell you, Lyman could have definitely been called for 2-point reversal on that.
Quickness on Kingston after a kind of a weak move initially.
Exactly. He just kind of said, I don't know, collected his thoughts for maybe 2 seconds and then reacted great. But the intensity in the second period is definitely picked up from the first. I think their game plans are established.
Seamus trying to get hand wrist control, and then Kingston tries to shoot hard. And now he gets backed out by Lyman.
And he shoots in again. Tries to scoop up the single leg to the his right side. So both men have to open up. I mean, this is the state championship, and I'm sure both of them want to win and not give the match away, but both are going to have to open up a little bit.
Seamus Lyman down by 1, and they're both going to be warned for stalling. And Seamus Lyman looking at his coaches, I think, would like to get a idea of what they would like him to do. Now they tie up aggressively right from the beginning. Lyman has been warned, as has Kingston.
And Tom Kingston headgear has come off.
Lots of advice from the fans as this 145-pound bout kind of settles down into a kind of a scoreless duel. There's 1 point scored, but not a lot of offensive action. Moving down to 35 seconds left in this second period as Kingston ties up the arm. They wrestle on the out of bounds. 2 points. Well, that's going to be 2 and 2 then.
They're going to call him out of bounds. The official's going to look at
yeah, there's going to be a discussion there.
He doesn't want to call this one by himself, whether it's 2 reversal, 2 takedown. At the worst they should do is probably give Section 3 1 point for improving his position.
Let's see.
The official table wants a little bit of discussion on this, see where the points lie. I really didn't catch the. That's what it is. It's a 2-point takedown by Kingston and 1 point escape by Lyman.
3-1 it will be then.
25 seconds left in the second period.
The move was right on the edge of the mat, both the takedown and the escape.
And he sits in for a dump.
He tried,
and he got stuck.
He got caught halfway through the move.
That's right. It looked like he was going to come through in pretty good shape. Instead, he ends up losing 4 points on the exchange.
Seamus Lyman, as you said, got caught, got stuck halfway through, and that gives a large advantage to Tom Kingston, make it 8-1, so a 7-point edge for Kingston as we end the second and begin the third period. And Seamus Lyman has got a lot of ground to make up.
All right, after that move, Dale, he looked at his coaches, and his coach said, settle down, a lot of time, collect yourself. Let's score some points, take it a point at a time right now.
Of course, now, strategy-wise, Kingston can do a lot less.
That's right. He can sit on top, which he's doing. I'm not saying he's defensive, but he doesn't have to work as hard as he has been.
They go out of bounds.
He can, start riding the Lyman, using up a little bit of the clock.
He definitely doesn't want to get into a brawl with Lyman, because that's, in terms of confusion and not being set in what he wants to do.
Right, Seamus has nothing to lose right now. I mean, he's down by 7. He's got to throw everything at Tom Kingston he can think of. And he does get the 1 point escape.
8-2 now. So now if you're Kingston, you're saying, I got to stay away from the big ones. And, of course, if you're Lyman, you say, I got to get me something quickly here.
That's right. Kingston is in on the dump this time.
Aggressive. He's going to get 2.
He's got no points at the moment, but he's in deep. He does have the 2 points
there
now.
He got it. Yep. Lyman reaches for the Wizard, try to control him, bring him around front.
He's trying to hip toss him here. Nearly out of bounds.
Hip to hip.
He should get 1 point if they go out of bounds, maybe 2.
He did improve his position. 1, 10-3. Lyman still down by 7.
With
Neutral
1:03
position.
in the third period.
50 seconds right now. Seamus Lyman from Section 3 trying desperately. He's got double underhooks.
Double underhooks, goes to a trip, and he's got... Oh, he let up for a second again, Dale, and he gave away 2 points. He thought he had a couple points in the bag. Just didn't foul through quite enough.
I think he was trying for that 5-point move with the underhooks, try to throw him, get the takedown, and
he thought he had it. He thought the move was going. Tom Kingston had other thoughts. Stopped the move, got 2 points.
So Kingston way up on top now as we're down to 15 and counting. The lead is at 9.
You hear the countdown in the background. It's 4 seconds to go. Section 4 picking up another state championship title.
12-3 win for Tom Kingston in a match that started slowly but ended with a flurry as Kingston defeats Seamus Lyman from Watertown in Section 3, 12-3, and Seamus Lyman, only a sophomore, will be back, but Kingston's only a junior. He'll be back too. So 145-pound, the new state champion from Waverly, New York, Tom Kingston, Section 4. All right, now we're going to move up to 155 pounds. Kurt Lassen from Section 11. Rick Sedgwick, who is the returning state champ at 155 from Section 5, will be the opponent. It should be interesting. Lassen from Connecticut on Long Island. He is undefeated this year, 36-0, Kurt Lassen from Connecticut. While Sedgwick, as we said, the returning state champ, 37-0-1. He's got 108 wins, 23 losses, and 3 ties over his career. So it's the returning state champ, Sedgwick in the purple, in the blue, Kurt Lassen.
Kurt Lassen was 5th at 145 pounds last year. So this is not his first waltz down New York State Wrestling Championship. And he's expected to be another very tough wrestler.
Keep the rest. Keep the rest.
That is Lassen, who tosses Sedgwick down to the mat.
Wrestle open.
Both guys undefeated this year, but Sedgwick did have a tie. Combined record of 73-0-1 this year. Not bad. They go right back at it again. Sedgwick, as we said, the returning state champ. John Janiak told you a little bit about the pressure sometimes, and we have seen some upsets right now. Sedgwick is in the finals. The pressure is on Kurt Lassen, and he had Lassen leg, gives it up, no points.
Yeah, we've seen everything so far tonight, Dale. You've seen the upsets, and we've seen the supposed to winners come through.
That's
but
right.
Nothing really fancy. Everybody's a little bit cautious so far. Hopefully it opens up a little bit more.
We're down to 35 seconds left, first period. 155 pounds. Traditionally another one of those very strong weight classes, and once again we're going to see both guys warned for stalling. As John, you and I discussed the strategy and people trying to take it easy and not warming up till the official makes them to, it seems.
Especially that first period. We haven't seen everybody just go out in a ball of fire. They just feel each other out. Second period seems to open up a little bit more for these guys.
It certainly did in the Kingston and Lyman match. We'll see if it holds true to form.
Okay, we're down to 5 seconds.
I think
first single. And before the buzzer, just.
Whew, I was just going to say we probably won't have a score, but Sedgwick pulls 2 out right at the end. Great job. 2-0 score as the period ends. While we got time, we'd like to once again thank our exclusive sponsors, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 363, for giving us the time and financial considerations to make this broadcast possible. Thanks a lot, fellas and ladies. Right now, we are back to a match that looked like it was going to end up scoreless in the first period, but Sedgwick got 2 right at the buzzer over Kurt Lassen. Lassen now has Sedgwick. No points yet. 2 there, 2 up. We're all tied up. As the senior from Connecticut.
Say that 3 times fast.
I know. They wanted to make sure we said it correctly. Connecticut on a Long Island.
Another tough Section 11 wrestler, Kurt Lassen. But he was as surprised as we were at the end of that first period. 2 points by Rich Sedgwick.
Sedgwick got it with about 1 second. Just it was that tick left when he
beat the
grabbed
clock.
The lead is now nothing. It's 2-2. So
Sedgwick not extremely fast off the bottom, but he does get his 1 point escape.
Good strength. 3-2 now. Second period.
And a little bit of the first period, tying up the head.
Yeah, don't forget, both of these guys have been warned.
That's right. You don't want to lose a state championship on a stalling call.
No, I have seen stranger things than that happen. But you're absolutely right. It's really a cat and mouse game sometimes. When they get up here. Right now, the 1 point advantage is 2. Section 5. Actually, I think they have Sedgwick. Yeah, at 3.
Right, it scores 3-2.
Oh.
Nice single leg, doesn't follow up. Good counter.
I think he felt that Lassen was ready to counter him, so he got back out.
That's right. That was the same move that produced 2 points in the first period. That nice little single leg, scooted around behind. Weak trip attempt by Kurt Lassen.
Lassen a little taller than Sedgwick.
He's got the California
up and down.
look.
Oh, got the ankle. No points yet.
I'll tell you, it was a good count, good reaction by a big man. 155-pounders moving like cats. Boy, I thought he had 2 points.
Thought he had it locked up, but he may not, as Lassen hops and hops. Great job. Kurt Lassen, I thought he was in a lot of trouble there as far as points were concerned.
I think Rick Sedgwick thought so, too.
Yeah, it's got to be surprising to him. 3-2 is the lead for Sedgwick. Give Lassen credit. The Section 11 kid kept out of that, did not give it up. Last period, Sedgwick down.
Sedgwick obviously is going to try to get his 1 point here.
Let's see what his move is like from the bottom, John.
If it's anything like the last time he was down, he's going to pause a second and come out. Well,
uncontested almost.
Kurt Lassen has other ideas, thinks he can beat him on his feet.
Yep, 4-2 now, so that gives a 2 point lead to Sedgwick. And
again, I'll tell you, that single leg is pretty. Really pretty.
Yeah, he works on it.
He reaches in and he steps in real nice, and when he comes in behind, switches his hips around, he gets
very
2
patient.
points.
Yeah, he's very patient with it. Now Lassen shoots. He locks it up.
Close to the out of bounds.
Oh, this is interesting. Out of bounds. 4-2. Lead is to Sedgwick, the reigning state champ at 155. He is trying to defend. Won it last year as a junior. Uh-oh.
We're going to get a call for stalling here.
Yeah, it's warning.
1 point.
1 point. I'm sorry, he gives up 1 point.
So we're talking 3-4.
Yeah, Sedgwick.
With a lot of time left, Dale.
Well over, 123, John, so you're right. Sedgwick not in the best position. He's up by a point, but when the official gave that warning call, there was no doubt about it. He's looking for it from Sedgwick.
Right now, he's going to keep looking at it. Even if it's close, he's going to probably get hit with another call.
Both guys were warned, as we said, early in the first period, and Sedgwick just gave up one.
Sedgwick's got that nice single leg, and I'm sure he's going to have to shoot it before too long with a minute left, minute 2.
He does not have a real comfortable lead, and Lassen, I'm sure, doesn't feel pressured yet. A lot of time. Oh, Lassen got the ankle. This will be a stalemate, I predict here.
Sure looks like it's a safe call.
Yep.
Did you see this before?
No, but you know what? You know what I saw, John? Neither one of those guys wanted to do anything because they said, we're too close. I think I'm just going to wait.
These guys do not want to open up. He's going to get hit with another
He's going to call him again. Backing off the mat. Whoa.
Tie match, 4-4.
There's no argument from Sedgwick either. He knows. And next time it's 2.
He looked at the ref and said, you're right. I stalled.
4-4.
And he shoots it with that nice single leg. He's got it up. Puts the leg in between the crotch. He readjusts his arm grip.
Down to 20
Let's
seconds.
go now.
20 seconds. This is tied up.
He's probably waiting for the last tick on the clock to throw his move again.
Stalemate. Whoa. 12 seconds, John.
This could be our first overtime match tonight, Dale. Ten seconds.
I think they're both willing to let it go into overtime.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, they're going to get a minute. You know, it did seem, you talk about strategy. I think this definitely was, we're going to go into overtime. Let's just let it go, and then we're going to go back. It's almost like an overtime game in football. We're not going to take any big chances and make the mistake. So,
exactly. You know, time, certain amount of time on the clock. Let it just tick off. We'll start over. No man in the last minute felt like they really wanted to win this bout or lose it.
That's right.
On that offensive move,
even
mistake.
Maybe more importantly, nobody wanted to lose it. There are a number of criteria which we hate to even discuss to get into to determine this overtime, but we will see as this goes on. It may not be necessity if it ends up tied after the overtime, but they will get a break and a lot of strategy going on. Rick Sedgwick, the returning state champ, giving up 2 points on stalling to Kurt Lassen from Section 11, Sedgwick from 5, and a match that really developed into something of a strategy move, and they both kind of let it go into overtime. So here we go.
And this should be a 1-1-1.
Yep. And the score will start over again in overtime. So it's 0-0 now. The takedown is very important in overtime, actually. If you're the aggressor and you can get that takedown.
Right. Yeah. There's so many, like you said earlier, Dale, there's so many criteria. They start with whoever has more near fall points and takedowns. And the first point is always the most important. And you don't want to get hit with your stalling points because that is just...
That's right.
They'll have a confrontation with 12 officials on what should be determined if it ends in a tie again.
And Sedgwick has given up 2 stalling points, so he is in trouble that way. And he moves, sprawls. No, nothing. They're both out of bounds as that knee of Sedgwick's went out after Lassen was there.
Lassen looked pretty good there. Got caught. Lucky for both wrestlers, they were near the out of bounds.
Down to 20 seconds in the first overtime period.
Again, both men tying up each other's heads. Going to have calling against Red. Now, Dale, the stalling does not carry over in the overtime. But that, again, is one of the criteria if it ends in a tie.
That's right, yep. So it does not carry over, but he has been warned. Sedgwick has been warned in the overtime, and it's going to, first period will end, and they flip. So we're going to go 3-1 minutes. And don't forget, Sedgwick has been warned. There's Sedgwick.
We're going to take a look at Sedgwick getting in a down position. He knows he has to move. The last 2 times it was uncontested, got his 1 point in regulation. Again, he stands up. This time, Lassen grabs
going for the
far
leg.
ankle. I think he took Sedgwick by surprise. He thought he was going to get up and get the 1 point.
Now he's going to throw a leg. And
throwing a leg, and he's working somewhat of a far cradle, trying to lock the head and the leg, go out of bounds.
Sedgwick, as we said, out of Hilton High School. Well, Kurt Lassen from Connecticut. And there's a stand-up.
There's that stand-up. Now Lassen with a hand control. Nice on the hips. Nice tight to the body. Good basic wrestling.
You know, it's funny. Neither guy looks, the facial expressions, you know, when Sedgwick was hit with the stalling, he doesn't grimace. He just keeps right on.
These guys look like they're in a trance.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, win or lose, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of facial expressions, but like you say, during the match, there's nothing that phases them.
We're down to 30 seconds left in this second overtime period. And they're going to make it difficult on us, I know, because there's going to be no score. We're going to have to try to figure out.
We do have the rule pages open to 34 and 35, which does state overtime.
And right now, Lassen is doing a job. Oh, that's going to...
We got a stalling on top.
Oh, boy. So now they've both been warned again here as Lassen picks up a warning for stalling. 10 seconds left. Boy, now who's going to make the critical mistake? Here's the question. 10 seconds.
Well, we got a good stand-up. He's got the hand control, but he doesn't get the hips out. Lassen's got the hand control again.
Yes.
Oh, with 2 seconds left.
Sedgwick.
Another beat-the-clock move by Rick Sedgwick.
Sedgwick got 2 points like that in the regulation at the end of the first period with a second left. He gets an escape there. He scores first.
I'll tell you, Dale, you know, a lot of wrestling rooms do drill that. With 5 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go, you have to move.
Because maybe the guy in the bottom is maybe letting up a little bit, or
exactly. And you know, it may look like a surprise to us, but this is common practice in the wrestling room. Score when the guy lets up.
Well, Lassen's got to stand up now. He's got to get some points. Sedgwick is on top, 1-0, and now he's going to try to ride.
That's right, and he did get hit with some stalling points in the regulation, so he can't take advantage of that riding. He's not a good rider.
Right.
He doesn't throw in a leg, get out to the side, work for a pin. So he does look like he's stalling when he's on top.
42 seconds.
There he goes with the leg again. There's a
Lassen
switch
inside switch.
1 point.
Oh, boy, it's all tied up.
I'm glad it's on the official's shoulder if this ends in a tie. I don't want to call it.
30 seconds.
There's a nice, another good single leg, both men out of bounds.
Oh, no. What a great match. These guys are really...
Single leg attempt by Rick Sedgwick once again. Well, I tell you, there's 2 things these wrestlers probably wish they could have over, a lot of them. The first period and a lot of bouts and about 3 feet on the out-of-bounds line.
Yes.
Because a lot of matches are determined right here on the out-of-bounds. Look at that. Right. Very close to points with 5 seconds left. He's going to get 2 points.
Yes! Oh my gracious! Rick Sedgwick! He did it 3 times. He did it 3 times.
3 out of 6 periods. Amazing. I mean, just pulled them in, yanked them in the way you're supposed to. I'll take 2, thank you.
Most exciting. He did that at the end of the first period. He did it in the overtime, and now he did it just at the end of the overtime to win 3-1 in overtime. Great match. 155-pound New York State champion Rick Sedgwick will be right back with a 167-pound bout. All right, 167 pounds, Section 6 against Section 3. Section 6, Ethan Bosch, Rory Thorpe from Jordan Elderbridge in Section 3, 167-pound New York State Championships. And they're all set to go. Seniors, both. Rory Thorpe was the most outstanding wrestler from Section 3 in their tournament. And Ethan Bosch out of Iroquois High School, Empire State Games participant and winner. This is trouble. Rory Thorpe taken down immediately. The Jordan Elbridge senior gives up 2. No back points as Bosch goes right after him. Bosch in the orange, section 6.
And he steps in. He's got a cradle here. No points as of yet, but he does hit. He's got him stick pretty good, Dale. It's going to be close to being a pin here. We don't have a good camera angle right now, but he's locked up pretty good.
He's got that cradle.
He's going to have to kick that leg out, get out of there.
Now he's in trouble.
Pinned. If the official gets to the side, oh my God, what an upset.
43 seconds.
Rory Thorpe, fourth last year, picked to win it all.
Ethan Bosch pins Rory Thorpe, 167 pounds in 43 seconds. It has got to be a super upset, not because of the talent ability, but in the way in which he did it so quickly, John.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a super. So he came out, great takedown, went right to probably his number one offensive move, the cradle, locked it up tight as could be.
Well, it happens that quickly. Ethan Bosch wins the 167-pound state championship in 43 seconds, pinning Rory Thorpe from Section 3, and we move right on down. 177 pounds, Adam Mariano out of Section 11, TJ Wright out of Section 2. This should be good. I'll tell you, I talked to some people who have watched this tournament closely, and they watched this guy Mariano, and they said, he is really something to watch. He's a real stud. But let's see.
Take a look at the tournament. Dale, he pinned in 250. He beat Section 8 John Prance at 10-0, and then he pinned Chris Balducci in 527. So he's had a great tournament, and he was second last year.
Second, as you said, last year. Well-muscled kid, very strong, and he takes TJ Wright up and down, 4-2. And there is an injury time as TJ Wright has hurt his finger.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like his finger's dislocated, and injury time is called. Dr. Les Austin in the wings standing by to see if he needs his assistance.
We'll see what happens. They're going to take a quick timeout. They're going to get some tape for TJ Wright from Burn Hills High School, Ballston Spa. He went up in the air, and when he came down, I think the hand hit on the mat, and you can see he is in a great deal of pain.
Oh boy, I tell you, you can take a look at that, Dale. The knuckle looks like it's popped out. I really think a doctor should take a look at that. I mean, taping it is fine, but
what happened was that man, Adam Mariano, took TJ Wright up in the air, brought him down legally. When the hand came down, he dislocated, apparently, from what we can see, a finger, and we'll see what happens. He has the doctor. They want the doctor to look at it. So the doctor will come over and check it out. As you mentioned, John, I think they want a safety first.
Right.
And they are going to check TJ Wright, a senior from Section 2.
Yeah, and it's only right, Dale, that the doctor for the state tournament is a wrestler from Syracuse University. Dr. Les Austin was a second in the Nationals not so many years ago.
We'll be right back to check on TJ Wright and Adam Mariano, 177 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the late Yul Brynner.
I really wanted to make a commercial when I discovered that I was that sick and my time was so limited. I wanted to make that commercial that says simply, now that I'm gone, I tell you, don't smoke. Whatever you do, just don't smoke. If I could take back that smoking, we wouldn't be talking about any cancer. I'm convinced of that.
Things happened so quickly, we didn't get a chance to tell you that Adam Mariano is from Consawag in Section 11, and right now he is working on TJ Wright. Wright had his hand checked by the doctor and taped, but it's got to be a devastating injury, not only for Wright, but his ability to wrestle. I mean, the pain has got to be something, but what about his ability to wrestle? So TJ Wright goes back. He can't shake hands with him because of the...
Right, Mariano just wants to say, I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
he grabs the bad hand.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that wasn't just a show of sportsmanship. Now, I'll tell you, you got two great wrestlers out here. You know, it's a shame one has to wrestle a little bit injured. That's part of the sport, though. The tape came off.
Oh, they're going to call.
I'll tell you, you can see that knuckle. That knuckle is it's out.
Yeah.
It's swollen up as it is right now. They're going to call the match, Dale.
Okay, so TJ Wright will have to default at 177 pounds to Adam Mariano. TJ Wright, with what appears to be a broken finger or a dislocated knuckle, is unfortunately going to have to default to this man, Adam Mariano, who has, as you said, John, looked excellent throughout the tournament.
That's right,
And we will never know what would have happened because TJ Wright did have to default. It's too bad, but I think that they made the right call because he really couldn't even put his hand down to get in the referee's position.
Adam Mariano will be here next year. He'll be a senior. TJ Wright, unfortunately, this is his senior year, but he had a great tournament likewise.
When you look at TJ Wright, he also had 157 wins, 26 losses, but this is one of the things that happened. So unfortunately, TJ Wright has to default to Adam Mariano. We're going to move on, as does the state tournament, to 215 pounds. We got Alfred Wooden from Section 6, Niagara Falls, against Jim Shear out of Shenango Forks from Section 4. This should be an interesting matchup. I talked to some coaches who really liked Jim Shear and guys who really like Alfred Wooden, so should be an interesting matchup. Both guys muscular, both of them football players. Jim Shear being recruited by Tennessee for football. On the left, Alfred Wooden from Niagara Falls High School. In the orange from Section 6. And these guys are 215 pounds, but there's no fat out there, John.
No, these guys are lean. They're good shape athletes. Not saying, you know, that the heavyweights, that they do get up there in the poundage, and we've seen some big guys, especially in the college weights, but these guys are trim. Like you say, they play football. They're probably in excellent shape all year round.
On the line, referee Miley says. So Jim Shear gets nothing. Alfred Wooden gets nothing. They're back to the circle. Going down to 130. You know, those last two bouts, when you got the pin in 47 seconds and the default, that made things kind of pick up.
Sure, move things along in a hurry.
Up to 215 pounds, as we said, New York State Championship. Wooden's only a junior, while Shear from Section 4, is a senior. Heading down to 1 minute now. Wooden in a little bit of trouble.
He's a nice single leg, and had he followed through with it a little bit earlier, he could have had the 2 points, Dale, but he ran out of bounds. I'm sure Wooden was heading in that direction. Just amazing how they know where that line is.
Isn't it? 55 seconds, no score.
Plus you get the guys this big, and the mat size just kind of disappears. You get two 91-pounders, it looks like they're playing on a football field or something.
You know, I've never seen two guys at this weight recently as well built as these guys are. Really strong kids, as we said. Shear going Tennessee perhaps on a football scholarship.
Yeah, we've seen there's a snap down and a takedown, but I don't know if there's any control, no points. These guys are shooting it, which is not characteristic of the heavyweights.
No.
Single and double legs. There you go, another single leg by Shear. Good counter by Wooden.
Good speed on both of these guys.
Exactly. Usually you get the head tie up and you go
right.
For
Yeah,
that,
try to roll them and get a hip in.
Right.
Yeah.
Headlock.
Guys moving like 67 pounders at 215. No score.
Shear in a little bit deep here. He's got an arm lock. He comes up around. No points.
Boy, when they lock up that wrist, it's got to be locked when those guys do it.
Exactly. You got a lot of strength out there.
So we go to the second period. 2 minutes. Alfred Wooden, Jim Shear. Wooden from Section 6, Shear from 4. Shenango Forks is the high school where Jim Shear is from. Niagara Falls High School for Alfred Wooden.
Shearer takes down position. Shearer with a sit-out turn in.
Looks like Wooten's not afraid to throw a cradle.
Now, you know, you get some lightweight moves in here. I mean, it's probably see some legs before too long.
Shearer trying to get out, Wooten holding him down, but Wooten in kind of a precarious position.
Right, he's out front a little bit farther than he wants to be. He doesn't have all his weight up on Shearer.
Now the arm, Shearer trying to get the arm up, but the ankle is controlled by Wooten, and
That's
he gets
right.
around back.
If he could have broke that, he'd be in good shape. So you mentioned that Shearer's from Shenango Forks, a teammate of mine back in the 70s. Tim Jenks from Shenango Forks, muscular wrestler as Shearer is, kind of reminds me of him.
Very good wrestling school, and Section 4, of course, a very tough wrestling area right now. Wooten from 6 is on Shearer, and he's going to be warned for stalling.
Well, this is the first wrestler that looked at the official.
Yeah, like what's going on?
But it was a good call. All he's doing is riding. He is out to the side, I can say that much, but there was no pinning combinations being thrown.
Boy, he is a big kid. Both of them are.
Okay, you got a switch attempt. Not too quick, but Shearer could get his 1 point here.
Yes, he does, right there.
Referee Butch Miley signals the 1 point.
And then Shearer goes right for the single.
In on a single. Wooden trying to wrap him up so he can get a stalemate call at this point. Shearer's a good position for 2 if he can just work up on his back.
Being very patient.
He's got to step out to one side or the other, Dale. Now he's locking his hands, which is okay right now. Oh, he's got the 2
Breaks
points.
it, yeah.
I'll tell you, he locked the hands and just arched into him. It was just enough to break Wooden down.
Now he's got the legs, he split the legs, so Wooten couldn't get to his base.
That's right.
See that leg?
If he hooks it, he's in good shape. He can work up on the head for a pinning combination. He's still in there, but he doesn't have it hooked yet. Wooden back to his base with 5 seconds left in the second period.
So Shearer comes up with 3 points in this period, and that will give him a 3-0 lead heading into the last period.
Wooden's going to be in the position he has to be to score some points. He'll get his 1 and then probably go for the 2. We'll see how Shearer is up on the top position.
Let's watch that first move from the bottom of Alfred Wooten out of Niagara Falls High School. Section 6, Jim Shearer, Shenango Forks. Section 4 on top. Let's watch the move.
Nothing quick. Shearer put his weight up on top, collapsed the arm right away. Now he goes into what is known as a Navy ride. Comes down, he's got the hand in the crotch. If nothing else, it's going to wear Wooden down, which it does for 20 seconds. But it
Boy, he was calling out and called stalling on
real
the top.
quick. I thought it was quick.
Seemed to me that he had the Navy there and he was trying to get settled and then go up, but he said he was using it as a ride. So,
and I think that the fans from Section 4 agreed that it was a little quick.
Well, no doubt, Shearer's got a 3-point lead, but you'll have to be careful. As we watch this 215-pound bout, we find out T.J. Wright, the 177-pounder who hurt his hand, had a double compound dislocation.
Ouch.
Yes.
Double ouch.
So,
come back to, I believe Shearer just picked up 2 back
yeah,
points.
I think he did. He rolled Wooten into
as quick as Butch Miley called Shearer for stalling, I think he may give him 2 back points.
I don't see him awarded yet, but I thought I saw him count. Well, right now it's still 3-0.
3-0.
1 minute left. Down to 1 minute. Wooten from Niagara Falls High School on the bottom. Down by 3 to Jim Shearer from Shenango Forks. And Wooten, not much of a move again.
No, he has to control his own destiny right now, and not a very good first move from the bottom position.
Down to 45 seconds now.
Sure, again, tying the 2-on-1, Dale, and he's going to get out to the side, try an elevator for some back points.
Wooten has got to get up. Now, don't forget, there has been a warning, and we may see sheer called.
I think he's working up on that elevator again. He's getting out to the side. He just can't get the weight distributed right. Now he does.
Cranking him back.
He's got it. Now he loses the 2-on-1, Dale.
Now it's muscle on muscle. Wooten tried to hook an arm and roll him, but they're down to 10 seconds. Sheer in control.
And they're both close to going out of bounds.
And Wooten is trying to get out, and Sheer is holding him in. And Jim Sheer, who had been kind of impassive and workmanlike, jumped up and really did the number one, as he very happy that he defeated Alfred Wooten. 215-pound champ is Jimmy Sheer out of Shenango Forks, Section 4. Incidentally, let's tip the hat to the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 363, our exclusive sponsors for the statewide championships. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the IBEW, and we're going to move right on now up to the 250-pound weight class after Jim Sheer won that last one. We're up to Jeff Way from Section 7 and Bill Freiberger from Section 11. Freiberger in the blue, Jeff Way in the gray, and you'll see that this 250-pound bout, these are big kids.
That's right, Dale. Both of these guys are juniors. They'll be back next year. Jeff Way was 6th last year at 250. A little bit more experience in the state meet. See if it helps him out.
Out of Peru High School is Jeff Way from Section 7. Freiberger from William Floyd.
And yes, another Section 11.
Yeah, they have really done a great job.
And I do like his hairstyle.
The modified mohawk that's been so popular with wrestlers and guys like Bosworth. And
that's right, and these guys are so big, who can argue with them?
That's right.
Okay, nice haircut.
Freiberger this year was 35-6. Jeff Way 16-0. You don't get that. 91 and 250 are not normally wrestled during the year.
That's right, Dale. I believe that the team score only counts if both teams have a 250 or a 91 pounder.
No score now as we're winding down to 55 seconds left in the first period.
I'll be surprised if we see any single or double leg tackles here, but I got a feeling some hip tosses and a headlock or two is in the works.
Now these guys, they're definitely going upper body. They don't go downstairs.
No, not too often. We have seen it in the college ranks quite a bit this year, but high schools are traditionally musclers, upper body, hip toss.
Right now they're down to 25 seconds in the first period. Bill Freiberger in the Section 11 dark blue. Jeff Way from Peru High School in the gray. Both of these guys are juniors. No score. Whistle.
Gonna get
warning.
A warning on red, Section 11. It's Bill Freiberger.
Freiberger warned.
Boy, I tell you, when they blew the whistle, I thought it was a double stall.
Yeah.
Not a lot of action either way. We'll see. Maybe the second period will open things up.
Oh,
a little bit of a leg trip, but he does it again.
Period ends. No score.
I'll tell you, a couple seconds more, he could have hit that nice trip, gotten some back points.
Flip the coin. We get the choice. So Freiberger will be on top, and Jeff Way from Peru will be down. No score, second period.
Tries to stand up. Jeff Way does. Bill Freiberger grabs the ankle. Now he's got the weight on top. Jeff way up. He's got to clear his hips, Dale, in order to get out. He's trying to break the hand lock.
Down, and they break the hands.
But it's too late. He's brought back down to the mat.
He gets the base arm, controls the wrist now, and 2-on-1s it.
Freiberger working at 2-on-1. And boy, he's keeping the weight up on him perfectly. Just trying not to let
They'll
Jeff
get
way
too
up.
high and let him shrug by. Now they're going to go out of
Right.
bounds.
Still Freiberger in control on top.
These guys expend a lot of energy. £250 division. No score yet. Jeff Way, Bill Freiberger. Freiberger on top in the blue from Section 11.
Jeff Way trying that stand up, just doesn't clear his hips properly, or quick enough, I should say, to get the escape.
Now he stands.
Now he's got it, but he's might run out of, and which has happened all night, is running out of bounds.
Yep. The out of bounds has been a problem, as it always is, I suppose. When I say a problem, you know, those moves always seem to end up being thrown on the edge. We've had a lot of them tonight, but that's what happens in, I think, especially the state tournament. Everybody uses the edges.
That's right. They've studied that edge all season long,
right.
And they don't want to lose on the out of bounds, so they know where it is at all times. Again, the stand up, not quick, but he does get up
trying
to his
to
feet.
control Freiberger's hands, and Freiberger trying to drive him. He sits back and broken down, and he breaks the hands just in time. Freiberger does.
He's doing a great job. He's not offensive, but he is. Well, I tell you, persistency does pay off. And I got to tip my hat to Jeff Way. He tried 7 stand-ups, and he finally got that point with 32 seconds left in the second period.
Down to 30. Jeff Way got 1 point for an escape, and now he's working on Freiberger.
And your typical under and overhook, and he does hit that.
Oh, nice throw. No points. But you're right, that's a typical throw. Great job, but it doesn't get him anything.
Well, I'll tell you, he wishes he had that back, because I think Section 11 is going to be a little bit cautious now.
There's another thing that happens. They get going and you lose the balance when you're trying to throw that big a person. You better make sure that you've got your feet planted. You could get the one that gets thrown.
That's right. You try that throw and end up on your back saying, why did I do this?
Right. Gee, I wish I had that over again.
And with 5 seconds left, it's not a good time to do it.
2 minutes left. 250-pound weight class. New York State Championships.
Jeff Way will be on top. Bill Freiberger on the bottom position. No big first move, as we saw throughout the night. Seemed to be typical of the state meet. Nobody really gunned off the bottom except the 126-pounder Marcel Cooper. He was just a bullet off the bottom. There we got Jeff Way out front too much.
He's got 2-on-1, but as you said, looked like he was getting out a little bit.
That's right. He kept his weight up on top. That kept Bill Freiberger from getting out, getting his 1 point, but he's going to have to be careful if he wants to hold on to this 1-0 lead.
1:34 left.
Jeff Way on top. Cross ankle, keeps his weight up on top of Bill Freiberger.
Warning.
He's got stalling
on Freiberger, I believe.
Freiberger.
Oh, gives up a point. Yeah, because he has warned before, so that'll cost him. 2-0 now.
Jeff Way lifts the leg, tries to come in with, but doesn't get a scoop ride.
Freiberger on the bottom looks a little tired, and Jeff Way seems to have new energy.
Well, I'll tell you, he didn't give up in that whole second period.
No, he's worked and worked and worked.
Like I say, 7 times. He finally got it. Freiberger working just as hard, but seems to be a little bit more tired. He does get the... Oh, I thought it was 1 point. It's close.
Very close. He may get one. 1 point, yes.
1 point.
It's going to go down to the wire here, 2-1. Takedown can win it for Bill Freiberger, but he has not been able to come close to a takedown.
We'll see if he has anything left in the third period, which is winding down, 40 seconds left.
Freiberger and Way. Freiberger down by 1.
Freiberger's got a body lock. He's going to try to throw him.
Trying to get him to come in one direction, and he's going to take him right in the direction he's going. There he goes.
And he does crank it nice, but he's got to watch for his own throw.
2 points for Way. Jeff Way from Peru, with 15 seconds left, picks up 2 more points, making it 4-1.
I think it was a little too early for Bill Freiberger to really go for the last ditch effort to win, and it cost him dearly.
You can hear the countdown, and Jeff Way will end up with a 4-1 decision over Bill Freiberger. So Jeff Way, the New York State champion at 250 pounds, out of Peru High School, and he is a very happy young man as he shakes hands with Bill Freiberger. We'll be right back to the War Memorial with more right after this.
You know, it's hard work keeping in shape. But it's important to me to be the best that I can be and look the best that I can look. I don't go through all this to impress other people. I do it because I care about me. I care about my body and my health. But most importantly, I care about feeling good about myself. That's why I would never, ever take illegal drugs. You know, I've seen some people who smoke marijuana, and they seem to lose pride in their appearance. They lose their motivation to achieve. And let's face it, what goes in your body eventually shows up on the outside. The bottom line is stay away from drugs, but do it because you care about yourself.
Brought to you by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association.
We're back at the War Memorial, and we got a chance to talk to Cosmo Damiani. Cosmo, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers was our sponsor tonight. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is an organization which represents construction workers in the electrical industry and manufacturing and some utilities. Tonight was extra specially good wrestling, super. I'm happy that we were able to be the sponsors tonight. I'd like to say congratulations to Reed Hawk for the fine program that he did put on. Him and his committee did an excellent job. And I thank you very, very much for allowing us to be those sponsors.
And we thank you very much for bringing this great wrestling to the people of New York State. And we'll be right back for a wrap-up with John Janiak in just a minute.
There is no magic pill to keep you from getting cancer. But there is something you can take every day that might help. The right foods. Foods with less fat and more fiber. And if you eat plenty of green and yellow vegetables, fresh fruits and whole grains, and cut down on alcohol too, you may actually reduce your risk of getting several forms of cancer. Now that's not so hard to swallow, is it?
Well, they're filing out of the War Memorial, but John Janiak, they saw some exciting wrestling. Your thoughts on this year's tournament, and especially the finals?
Well, Dale, the finals, traditionally, the Section 11 from Long Island is very tough. They did an outstanding job again. We saw some good wrestling, good talent, some upsets, and some matches where the favorite won. It was a good bout, good championship this year.
Let's take a look at those final standings. As we said, Section 11 won with 220 points. Section 4 was second with 197.5, and Section 3 was third with 173. Both Section 4 and Section 3, I think, had good showings, but they had so many men in the finals. Section 11, they had 8 guys in the final. Very tough to overtake them.
Right, their lead going into the finals tonight, no one could catch them. It was mathematically impossible. The only surprise I thought was Section 8 that won the tournament last year. Wasn't even close. I think they were in 7th place.
That's what makes it so interesting. Speaking of interesting, Ethan Bosch was the most valuable wrestler, most outstanding wrestler. Interesting kid, he pinned his way through the tournament.
That's right. He had a super tournament, the kind that most wrestlers dream about. He wrestled a combined total of about 9 minutes and 30 seconds in 4 matches.
Interestingly enough, in the final match against Rory Thorpe from Section 3, he pinned him in 47 seconds. I haven't seen that in the States in years, John.
No, I can go back 15. I don't remember a pin that quick. It was just super. He came out, did what he had to do, made short work, and won outstanding wrestler because of it.
So Ethan Bosch out of Section 6, the most outstanding wrestler. We had great action. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back at the War Memorial next year. For John Janiak, this is Dale Dreipolcher saying thanks for watching.